Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 111, 111, a Pokerole. Are we going to have Curse of 1 today? Well, at least we won't have Curse of 2. Well, 1's worse, though, but if Loz's is not Curse of 2, oh god, when we get to episode 222, oh boy. But, yes, we are here today, joined by the usual crowd, and we're going to do a fun game today, I think, probably. I don't quite remember where we are in the recap, aside from people are going to the arena, so we have some chill arena music playing for starters. But before we begin, if you like the video, do think about giving a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, come over to Twitch. We're trying to reach partner over here, but of course we need more viewers to do that. So if you want to come by, whether it's to lurk or to talk, think about doing so, because it really does make a difference, and we'd honestly love to have you. I've been noticing, as of late, I'm not trying to call anybody out here, but as of late, last few sessions of Pokerole, I have noticed viewership's been down. Not only on Twitch, but also on YouTube. People like less people watching Pokerole on YouTube too. I'm not sure what's up with that. I think we lost a chunk of our audience or something. Maybe school got people busy or something. But anyways, my point is simply that if you want to come by, it is very much encouraged and appreciated, and it'd be nice to fill those numbers back up. So consider doing so if you want to. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out, and there is, of course, the Pokerole sub-community that you can access off of that. I have a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content. I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool merch. I also have a Weight Drive website if you want to check that out and see new stuff coming out for that, because the drive's over, but there's new art to come. Actually, I need to check on that after tomorrow, because Fluffs might be about done with bonus picture 1. But yeah, links in the description. Check them out if you feel like it. And of course, one more link to mention is, of course, the Poke Pioneers wiki for our Pokerole game. If you want to look at episode recaps, or basically not have to bother watching literally every video to get an idea of what's going on, or if you want to catch up and stuff, or look at character bios, all that stuff. Enio's done a great job at it. Check it out. That being said, hello everybody. I hope everybody's all right today.
Ew, I'm good.
Good. I'm glad one person is good.
Sorry, I'm good too.
Well, I know you're not the best, Kyrio. I hope your head does feel better soon.
I'm okay too. Okay. I was mostly waiting for Kyrio and Tubby to say something.
Silence on the home front. Everybody is technically here. Don't worry.
Woo!
Did Ralph get a 6 strength at the end of last session, says Beerus? I don't...
What?
Well, he does seem to have 6 strength.
Okay.
I don't know if he should, but... Maybe he should?
Oh, I bought it a while ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember you buying things, so I assume that was one of the things you bought. Yeah, you can go... Oh, that's actually the limit for Snorlax. That's still pretty good, though.
Me out. Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Jeez,
been maxed out for a while.
What Pokemon get 10 ticks? I don't know if I've seen a Pokemon card with 10 ticks.
Very few. One of the few that get 10 in strength or vitality is Aegislash.
Ooh.
And it specifically swaps between them when it swaps its mode.
Oh, neat. That's actually kind of neat. Meaning that playing as a sword would be an interesting starter to have for Pokerole.
Yeah, 6. I go up to 9 if I use Belly Drum.
Here you go, Beerus. In case you made any other changes that need to be updated. I think it's mostly just core stats, though.
Yep. Yeah, just a small reminder that Surricade is just a little bit scary on the stat end.
Sir, what?
Surricade. The Aegislash.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, so Surricade just has 10 strength, don't he?
You know what happened there? I misheard you say his name. I thought you were saying a new Pokemon name that I haven't seen from the Scarlet Violet. I was just like, oh shit, I don't know this one.
No, you're fine.
Sounds like instead of Surricade, you said it as one word, and I was like, Surricade, what the hell Pokemon's that?
Oh, sorry. Not intended. Let's see. Rival teams. Team Gallant.
If you're a sword PMD universe, how the fuck do you eat energy? Blood.
Yeah,
Blood.
specifically because
Blood. Stab everything. No, I don't know.
the response is ghost Pokemon eat the energy of whatever they consume, and a lot of them that don't have mouths just feed off energy.
Yeah.
Let's see, Cercade. Oh, I'm sorry. Their stat is like
If Ralph
8.
if Ralph
Oh, eight.
joined the Knights,
That's still pretty high.
he would want his Knight name to be Up. That way he could be Sir Up.
Heh. Yeah, actually, there might not be any Pokemon that goes all the way up to 10.
Huh.
Because I'm pretty sure Aegislash has one of the highest potential dot numbers.
All right, I know what it is. It's a cosmetic detail that isn't used, but I know what I get it. Remember, I know one thing about Pokerole. If you go into the core book and you look at the whole Pokedex, legendaries aren't statted, right? Bet if they were, they would be 10s.
Maybe. Also, there's the fact you can get buffs, so.
Yeah. With Belly Drum, like I said, I push it up to 9.
That is pretty far.
Yeah, there's also in
Yeah.
in the regular game, there's such a thing as quote unquote overtraining, but we don't have that.
I wonder, does Pokerole have like if somebody does belly drum of like 8 strength and gives himself like 11, is that allowed or does it cap
Yes.
at 10? Okay.
Specifically, buffs don't adhere to the cap.
Oh, nice.
Otherwise, you would be capped at your potential cap.
All right, plan some builds, guys.
Ugh, you're
That
fine.
sounds exploitable.
Given
That'd
how
be
I can
really
just-
awesome. Gosh, I wish I had 7 strength. That way, when I use Belly Drum, I'd be 10, and the other Pokemon could be like, "What does the stat sheet say about his strength? It's over 9."
I knew it was coming, but that was still funny. Oh gosh. But yes, given how I can just manipulate the stats to be whatever I want for enemies, even though I definitely show off legit stats to the audience now and then. Like, some of y'all have seen, especially for boss battles, the numbers that can get up there for the die pools I roll.
Yeah. Actually, good point. Yeah.
That said, let me get on with the recap, because I'm sure everybody is eager, and I should be boosting Enio around this point, because Enio does this tireless and wonderful job that keeps me sane.
Also, I'm sorry for any of my meandering at the start of this. I'm still trying to gain consciousness, so don't mind me.
It's okay. There's art you can show off.
Oh, is there? Yeah, there probably is, actually. That's a good point. Thanks, I'll do that.
Oh, apparently Shuckle can get 10 Vit and Insight. Neat. Anyway, last session, the team had already made it to Sea Spray, and they'd gotten an amount of arrangements at Hotel Alomo, newly rebuilt. And Tucker was sent out by Brooke to give keys to those who still needed them. In particular, Riley and Lizard, who were out with Liar, as well as Ralph and Ryder, who were out together, Ralph giving Ryder a tour of the city, because Ryder is not familiar, which may or may not work to my advantage, given their ability to seek anything at this point. Tuxer... Bleh. Good start, me. Tucker makes way to the beach by the cave Team Cheer visited in the past, expecting to find Riley, Lizard, and Liar in the secluded spot. However, it appears the trio didn't decide to go there. Tucker approaches a Corsola sat on the seashore selling... Oh gosh, darn it. I forgot the Corsola sitting on the seashore selling seashells.
Never recap them. You will get tongue-tied.
Well, it succeeded. Good job, Enio. I'm giving you a thumbs up even though you can't see it. Gosh, now I need, like... Man. The things that make me want to have a blue Jolteon VTuber. Or GIFTuber, or what have you. Moving on! While they initially piqued his interest, the shells had copious amounts of glitter put onto them. You know, the disease that doesn't go away. And Tucker decided against buying one for the sake of his fur. Good plan. After enjoying a brief time at the beach, they continue to search around Sea Spray. He eventually finds them via overhearing Riley upon another beach by the docks, chatting at a Pukamuku. Ah yes, the Pukamuku making rude gestures. Tucker walks onto the beach, passing by a large travel vessel docked at the port, and noting a small handmade boat drifting upon the sea with a candle on it. The Pukamuku slowly inches its way into the ocean, throwing rude gestures at the irritated Riley, and gets away as Tucker greets them. Tucker hands the last remaining room key to Lizard. Well, more like they held it out to Riley and Lizard took it. And curiously asked if the three saw who arrived in the ship at the docks, wondering if it could have been the inspectors that will be visiting Savantown. However, Lizard explains that the ship had docked up before they arrived at the beach. Tucker decides to stick with the three for now, considering they don't have any other plans, and Lizard explains that they're now planning to head towards the arena. Since they were trying to bring Lyre to a chill place, and now they're taking Lyre to one of the least chill places. Ralph, after finishing eating the remains of the, as there is a missing word there, the remains of the morning buffet at Hotel Alomo, because I remember Ralph went there to get food. Ralph goes to his room. Realizing that Brooke didn't leave the room key they were sharing, the room that they were sharing unlocked, he decides to try and pick the lock using telekinesis, only to fail. Ryder, upon arriving at the hotel, heads to the buffet, grabs a knife, and goes to their room. As they do, they see Ralph attempting to pick a lock and offers their aid in Ralph's pursuit to get into his own hotel room. However, upon realizing that they can't enter the hotel room via teleportation and open it from the inside, they decide that the less troublesome option was to let Ralph stay in their room until Brooke returns. Ralph takes Ryder up on the offer and goes to their room and starts tinkering about with his metal box of parts. Ryder, seeing this, curiously asks what Ralph is doing. So Ralph shows him the box that he's been messing around with. Apparently, the components inside could be used to create a powerful human weapon that he remembers from the human world. He admits that, while he's unsure about if he really wants to fully complete the device yet, it might end up necessary in the future. However, he requests Ryder keep it a secret, even from the rest of the team, which Ryder agrees to do. Ryder then explains to Ralph about the encounter they had with the Whooper earlier, and requests Ralph's aid in helping locate them. Wanting to reclaim the Minior fragment that was a gift from Tucker, Ralph happily agrees to the idea, because Ralph is a friend to justice. Meanwhile, Brooke goes to the arena. They approach the reception desk and see the same Mian Xiao and Machamp as before. Currently hard at work as there are a large crowd of Pokemon at the arena, despite no matches currently occurring. Brooke approaches the front desk, wanting to ask a question. Mian Xiao calls for a lunch break to give Brooke the opportunity to ask, explaining that they are currently extremely hard at work dealing with an influx of new champions. Quote-unquote. Brooke asks them if they know where the shaman is, remembering how the shaman was originally being nursed within the arena when he'd last seen them. Mian Xiao explains that the shaman would have been taken to one of the two medical centers in Sea Spray, though they can't recall which one. They provide Brooke with the two addresses. Brooke asks if anything special is going on at the arena currently, and Mian Xiao explains that since so many new gladiators have begun signing up, arena matches can no longer afford to provide as luxurious prizes as the ones offered when Team Cheer participated. In addition, the battlefield has been compartmentalized, including retractable walls to not only allow for more matches to occur at once, but also allow a luxury service of letting people watch a private match. Brooke wonders how in the world the arena became so popular to require such extensive renovations, and Mian Xiao explains that since Team Cheer participated, the arena's popularity has been on the rise, with even Pokemon from overseas coming to participate, including the crowd in the main lobby that had just arrived today. Brooke requests if Mian Xiao would be willing to schedule a match that he could participate in, and Mian Xiao agrees, even offering to give Brooke a sign of identification as a past champion at the arena, much like how the Explorers Association provides identification for their members of varying ranks. This piques Brooke's curiosity, having not actually heard about the Explorers Association before, spurring me and Xiao to give Brooke an extensive explanation about the Explorers Association and rescue teams and other organizations throughout the world. Me and Xiao also remembers to hand Brooke one of the tokens that the arena now uses to let Pokemon issue challenges to champions, recalling how Team Cheer is owed a match with Deadeye. They also hand Brooke some documents to sign to register as a gladiator before Brooke goes to do whatever they decide to do next. I do remember, since it is pertinent, that Jocelyn is around. Brooke was told that Jocelyn is around. They normally hang around the seaside arena section. Deadeye is...
Did you guys hear about the former champ who went on a losing streak? Well, turns out now he's a satiator.
I began to squint before you even finished, and I was...
I held my breath the moment you started your story. I knew the other shoe was dropping.
I laughed, but I was muted.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yes, Deadeye is apparently around somewhere. And... Are you okay?
Hyper, don't be mean. You read for yourself.
Hyper, be nice.
I know he means it affectionately.
It is Hyper. It's okay. I have a friend who's like that.
A friend who's like that. Yeah, exactly.
They can be one of the saltiest people ever, and they will insult you with the utmost affection.
Yeah, I love people like that, honestly. As long as I can get a read on them to understand they're doing it for fun.
But yeah, that's where we left off. Last
Two
time
questions.
Yes.
One question. You said something during the recap. I kind of missed it because I was putting down art. Did Tucker get something from the beach, you said?
No.
Okay. I was like, I don't remember him acquiring anything, but I think...
No,
I thought you said something about getting something.
No. You didn't get anything on the beach.
Yeah. There were potential shells, but Tucker was like, well, I can just pick those up, so...
Yeah, the glittery shells being sold by the Corsola.
Also, glitter plus fur, just not a good combination.
I know I've said it before, but glitter is officially classified as a disease.
I believe it.
Tabletop games with my regular group.
Oh, oh no! Wait, they used some glitter in a tabletop game?
Yes.
Oh no!
Like actual glitter in settings that we play in is classified as a disease, so you need the remove disease spell or equivalent in order to get rid of it.
Wait, are we talking physical or digital tabletop stuff?
Digital tabletop.
Okay, because I can just imagine a physical tabletop game where a DM's coming in like, so this glitter's going to represent a disease, and then he just like spills it over the table and over everybody's like characters like stuff. You better get some cure disease going, buddies. like none
of us would dare to do that. 'Cause we all hate glitter for one reason or another. It just, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't,
So...
and somehow it multiplies. Even though you got rid of it, it just comes back.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, like freaking Christmas tinsel, you'd be pulling it out of the vacuum cleaner like half a year later.
Oh, tinsel. I've never used that stuff, but I've heard horror stories about that too.
I know we should be starting, but for anyone who has worked in retail, anyone who has ever had to deal with like
retail Christmas,
Valentine's and Christmas, there is too much goddamn glitter.
Oh god. Oh god.
Too much.
Were you ever in charge of setting up decorations in your retail?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. We
You're
just
lucky.
get stock of things that are just absolutely coated entirely in glitter, and whenever I have to be on the check stand, I inevitably have to handle it. It's like, oh my god, I want to touch as little of this thing as possible.
Yeah, I worked at Walmart. I remember just how much pain the people who had to actually set up the glittery things had, so...
And the greeting cards.
The glittery greeting cards, I hate those.
Like, I understand if y'all want to do something nice. The nice thing is to not get somebody a greeting card that's covered in glitter.
Now, that's what you give to someone you dislike, but you have to give a gift.
You have to give a gift
The
for
most
tenderness.
extra glittery card you can find.
Only reason for those to exist.
Also, I'd like to note, I don't know if it matters to Brooke, but since Brooke is an eclectic sort of, story items, I would like to note that technically that badge could count as one to add to the list.
Good point. I suppose I could also add my Pioneer badge.
Well, technically that's at the top right of the table at all times, but...
Yep, because we're using the basic thing.
Unless, though it might be good to note it's an item, because who knows, actually, it might be good to point out, hey, we're a Pioneer, look at the badge. So, like, that is good. That's a physical item we can point to. It is worth noting.
Oh, shoot.
It's like saying, don't worry, I'm a cop. Like,
Yeah, I remember it was essentially a circle with a half circle next to it, which is supposed to represent the arena seen from above. And it had some other defining details.
What's interesting here is that Brooke received one arena badge. Technically, with somewhat the exception of Tucker, everybody deserves one of those. Except, well, not Ryder. Technically. Ryder is not an arena champion, sadly.
I'll probably just have to ask for one.
Yeah.
Ryder has not done anything in terms of arena by fighting. Here, anyway.
It's true.
Also, I will point out, while you were doing the recap, I got another point of will.
Oh, an excellent idea. Will is important, especially for someone who heals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Did you finish the recap?
Yes, the recap is done. I'm sorry. I forget that sometimes I do need to state I am done with recap.
So you get a promotion for being finished with the recap. There you go. Congratulations.
Yes, Brooke is in the arena.
Your pay is now doubled.
Brooke is arenaing. I know that Tucker and the other group are going to head to the arena, probably going to show up pretty soon. And Ryder and Ralph, what are they up to? Are they heading
They
out
were
to
in
their
the
little...
hotel room.
They're
Yeah,
planning.
Ralph-
They're planning an excursion.
Yes. They were planning the excursion. I don't know when they're planning the excursion.
That's right. I get to be Robin.
That's true. It was not. I was not aware if there was a time frame. Like, oh, all right, we'll do it tomorrow or something.
We
Yeah, there
didn't
was-
specify.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there wasn't a specified time frame, but they decided they wanted to do that. Yeah, also, really, Ralph is Robin and Ryder is Batman. I'm not sure about that.
Personality-wise, maybe.
Personality-wise, maybe.
I'm more like Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
Personality, or Wally West.
yeah, but like role-wise, I don't know. Ryder, you're kind of murderous, which fits in with some of the Robins.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, we've got Ralph here potentially making a gun, which makes him anti-Batman.
Anti-Batman. Yeah.
Amusement aside, Ralph, Hatterene, and Ryder are at the hotel because we have the handy-dandy initiative card.
Mhm.
And yeah, Tucker, Riley, Lizard, and Liar are at the beach and heading to the arena at the moment. And Brooke is at the arena.
Mhm.
So we can pick up with anyone.
Okay. Well, I personally, unless something were to happen, I personally would consider that the Tucker's group would be having a more or less uneventful walk to the arena. So everybody would probably just convene there, I imagine, unless you have other ideas. Dun dun dun.
Feel free to do me later in Gathering Wisdom. That is okay, Karen. Gather as
All
much
right.
as you like.
Suppose Team R&R it is then.
Let's start with them then. This music is still appropriate for their little mission, at least for the moment.
Yes.
Currently, Ralph and Ryder are in Ryder's room.
Let's go to Team R&R so Kyrio can have a little R&R before we begin.
Sweet.
Well, last thing they did, Ryder was attempting to spy on the orb, and it didn't succeed. Got a general direction, if I recall.
Yeah, I think it was 0 successes.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, I still have to give you a general direction. Because
Well, based off of Ryder has to do some recon before running in, so they're gonna head out.
Alright. So, you see anything in there?
Unfortunately not. Probably have to get closer.
So, wait, when you do see something, it's like a picture, or like, does it just go into your mind, or is it like text? You read it like a text message?
I don't think I've ever flavored how it looks. I imagine it's just like you can see it in the orb itself, right?
that's what I imagined. I remember flavoring it like directional arrow appears in your orb, pointing in general direction.
Mhm.
See a quest marker over the horizon very faintly.
Yeah, my
When you
general,
pull out your map, it's flashing.
my general thought is that when Ryder scries using the orb, that whatever it is appears in the orb or whatever reflective surface you may be using, if for some reason you may be divested of your orb in the future.
Mhm.
That is not a threat, that's just me being cautious. I don't know what y'all are gonna do.
Understandable.
DMs can threaten all they want, they're DMs.
It's fun. But yes,
Put this one on.
it appears in my orb before me.
That's so cool.
Well, we should be off.
Awesome, you know where
Best
to
to know
go?
what we're dealing with. Indeed.
Awesome. We're off on an adventure. We have a... Yeah, let's go.
Has Ryder
Yeah.
described the goons that they saw?
Nope.
Fair enough.
Ryder has not given any information. Ralph was just like, sure, I'll help.
Ryder is one of those people where if you want more information, you're going to have to ask for it.
I think,
Yes, 100%.
I
Well,
think-
Ralph's pretty good at asking a lot of questions. Maybe not the
True.
right ones.
This is true. I think at most Ryder mentioned the Wooper, but I don't think so. I think it was-
Ryder did not.
Yeah,
I
you were
want to
just
compliment.
mentioning-
I want to compliment Cars.
Troublemakers.
This picture you drew of the Wooper, I didn't even notice the Crawdon until today. Nicely done.
Oh yeah, all three of them are in there. It's
Really?
just one of them's
Oh,
really hard to see.
Yeah, that's true. He's short.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no. Wait, they're on the roof, aren't they?
Uh huh.
That's where they were last session. I don't actually see them, but I assume they're up there.
Yep.
Nice, nicely done.
They
Love
are
your
the
attention to
dot-
detail.
They're the dot because
Oh,
they're
there,
just-
yeah.
Yep.
Staple
I
position.
wanted all of them there, and I made it work.
Sorry for the tangent. It does relate to the current scene, though, so I figured,
Mhm.
It does. I'm trying to remember the time of day. It's getting toward. Right. It is lunchtime / past lunchtime. Because Ryder came back when lunch buffet was had.
Mhm.
Right. Ralph, are you putting away the box in the room, or are you keeping it on your, in your bag?
I'm probably keeping it in my bag.
Okay. I had to ask because I know that those are key items, air quotes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I assume Ralph is going along with Ryder in not staying at the hotel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. Sorry for triple checking everything. I just getting everything
Yeah,
straight in
sure.
my brain.
Good to make sure.
Yes. So you all are following Ryder's scrying. That is going to take you through the city. Ba-da-ba-ba.
once she like has a headway, or once they like have a headway, like they have the direction and they're going, I'm gonna nod and I'm gonna say, "Holy headway, Hydra," or not Hydra, shit.
A little too psychic there, buddy.
I'm making a Batman pun.
Headway Hydragon.
Holy headway, Ryder.
Why are you speaking in such a manner?
Oh, it's from this old TV show. You know what? Never mind. Actually, it's not important.
Very well then. And they'll just ignore that comment.
Honestly, said joke might be a little too much of a throwback for most of the audience. It's really too much of a throwback for me, but I've looked into media from before my time, so
It is appropriate. I am amused. Also, not Ryder Man. It would have to be Crobat Man. Or Go Batman. Or Zoo Batman.
Or Swoop Batman. No. There's a lot of bat Pokemon that just end with bat, isn't there?
No. I know what it is. It's Go Batman and Fletchinder. Okay, my moment is done. So, it's roughly lunchtime as Ralph and Ryder are moving through Sea Spray, at least attempting to follow the Scry direction. Not exactly easy given the crowded city streets at the moment, because it's lunchtime, at least half the city has a lunch break around now, or is going out to get lunch around now. I would like the both of you to make me insight survival alert checks, please. I'm going to roll the doom die.
sounds good.
Not my best.
That's just to pin a little note for you, Car. Questionable Company is the song that we used for the gang last time, or the goons last time. Because I feel like it might be relevant.
Ah, that is relevant.
Ooh. Those aren't the best rolls.
Nope.
They aren't. I'm going to just preemptively swap to that because they're doing sleuthing things.
Yeah. Let's switch it up then. Just a moment, everyone. I lost all my macros in the terrible XSplit update, so I have to take longer to hide the feed. There we go.
Right. Well, Ralph doesn't have too much trouble seeing over most of the crowd since most Pokemon don't reach his height. Ryder, you have to sort of move around or through people, as it were, making it difficult for you to see good ways to get closer to your destination. You know, it's probably somewhere across the city given the distance and the fact that your scrying didn't give you a more precise location. You might be better served looking for landmarks, or finding buildings or places of business that one or both of you have been to before, which probably boils down to places Ralph has been.
So, funny Enio mentioned that. My idea when you were talking about how Ralph could see over everyone was to have Ryder climb on top of Ralph and just guide him.
That's hilarious. I'm going to let you re-roll your Insight Survival Alert if Ralph allows that.
That sounds awesome.
Way
Yes.
better.
Combine.
Much better. By the combined powers of Ryder Man and Ralph. Crap. I couldn't think of a better name. Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh no!
Oh, I know what it is. Ryder Man and Ralphin. Gosh, that makes you
Nice.
sound like a Gulpin. Ryder is able to see over the crowd. Ryder, you're able to spot a familiar red carapace moving down one of the side streets, a little further ahead. However, Ralph, you fail to notice for a few moments. But a certain Umbreon has been walking alongside you guys for a good minute or two. They're balancing a coffee cup on their head.
Oh, we're by Cafe V. Well, Ryder doesn't know anything about that, so... Ralph, the target is up ahead.
Awesome. I'll look over to the. Is it obvious that the Umbreon's following us?
It is, kind of. At the very least, they were walking alongside you, but the minute that your name is said, they very clearly are looking at you. Somehow the coffee cup has not fallen off of their head in spite of this.
We'll look over to them. Oh, sorry, we're kind of busy right now.
Oh,
But like, you could sign me up for like some biscuits later, probably.
they slowly tilt their head further and further to look up at Ralph. The coffee cup finally clatters to the ground, spilling what little is left.
Oh, you're not a very good maid if you spill the coffee.
I don't play a maid in that cafe.
Oh,
You would know that.
yeah, it's been a while.
Fair. Well, good luck with whatever you're doing. They look just slightly further up at Ryder. Hi, I'm from Cafe V, and I probably don't know what to... Ugh, sorry. I probably don't want to know what you're doing, do I?
Hello. No, you probably
Classified.
do not.
Classified
Ralph.
information.
And
I'm
Ryder will sort of steer Ralph's head.
Yeah, I'm gonna start towards that direction. Well, we'd probably come back later. In
Cool.
fact, we almost certainly do.
Cool. I'll just hide the fact that you're in town from V as long as I can.
He'll probably, he'll get over it as I'm walking out of earshot.
Tucker will appreciate that, at least for the moment. Also, I like how Tubby was literally interrupting Hydra there to try to say classified information. I like the idea of being like loudly expressing that something is classified. Like, this is amazing.
Oh yeah, it drew a few, looks, but generally speaking, most Pokemon are just going to go about their day. You know, like real life.
Also, sign me up for... Yes. Hi, I would like to sign up. What would you like to sign up for? Biscuits. Like, all right. Fair enough. They're on high demand.
Yeah, the Embryon picks up their coffee mug and starts walking back to Cafe V. They mutter under their breath, yeah, it's only going to take them about 10 minutes to figure that out if they hear anything. Crime Lord
And-
V knows all.
Don't EVs have the proportionally largest ears of any evolution, so... yeah.
Yeah, as I'm kind of walking along, I'm musing to myself. I bet Mawile would look super cute in a maid outfit. Do you think she'd wear one?
Ralph, no.
It's okay. I believe Ralph has done a doodle of that already.
I did a doodle of Mawile. I don't think I put her in a maid outfit.
Gave him ideas.
I know you did a sketch of Mawile, but I feel like you did a doodle of Mawile with a maid outfit as well. Or there was something during that point in time. Anyway, not important. It's not pertinent for now. So, as you all turn down the side street, there are 4 Wobbuffet that are standing in your way. They all hang on, I need to make sure I get the description right. And all of them have these nice black suits on with purple ties, snazzy fedoras, and they all have their arms folded in front of them.
These guys are the Team Rocket of this setting.
Ryder is gonna pipe up to them. Pardon me, but is there something this way?
They do not respond.
Very nice hats, you guys. I got a fancy hat of my own kicking out.
Oh, thank you. I like the feathers on yours. Like, the second on the left says, only to get elbowed by 2 others and partially squished briefly, making them wobble.
I'm figuring I'm a better interrogator. I got them to say something.
Well, it appears we are not wanted here. Let us go.
That would be very wise. Yeah, scram! Okay, have a nice day.
Do we want to honor their not wanting us here, or...
Perhaps we should go to a nearby restaurant or cafe. I'm sure there are plenty you can show me around the city. Somewhere nearby, perhaps.
Well,
Yes.
you should do that. It's lunch after all. And then the one on the far left stomach growls. They don't say anything, but they are very clearly hungry.
I point to the one whose stomach ground and I nod knowingly. Right, let's go do that. Yeah, and I'll just go to wherever is the closest place that sells some sort of any food. Somewhere nice and close and within teleport distance or whatever it is he's planning.
Indeed. You have several options, including Cafe V. Most of them are just small, tiny restaurants with basic food offerings, including pizza.
Pizza? Oh hell yeah! We'll get a famous deep dish sea spray pizza.
Oh gosh. You know what? Sure. Deep dish sea spray pizza. I hope you like anchovies.
So we just go inside the pizza joint then?
Yes.
Okay.
And once we're kind of inside, I know we're in good. So what's your plan? Gonna use your awesome psychic powers to spy on them from here?
It is best we don't engage front on. Last time I encountered them, there was someone stationed upon a roof, ready to strike.
Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna...
Let's do recon for now. And if an
Good
opportunity presents itself, then we can engage.
Good call.
Actually, who is selecting the seat?
Ralph. Ralph is just guiding
Okay, Ralph.
everything. Ryder's just being on top.
Go ahead and roll a doom die for me, Ralph.
Yeah, I'll sit somewhere and call the server over. Ooh.
Unfortunately, they
Dude.
do not have a seat available near the window, so you're kind of stuck near the back where the booth is.
Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna scry anyway.
That's fair, but the seat with the window would have given you a view. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Call over a server, order deep dish.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, you have plenty of money. So they ask you if you want the whole pie, or if you just want slices.
The whole pie. What do I look like? A pick-a-peck?
Okay, they charge you 10 poke for it.
Awesome.
And they tell you it'll be a few minutes, but you will get a fresh deep dish sea spray pie.
Hell yeah.
And anyone who has had Chicago deep dish, it is exactly the same. It's delicious, and some people may say it constitutes more a casserole than a pizza, but that is, according to my mate, blasphemy.
Also, FYI, I threw a Wobbuffet in the Pokemon bag too, so that seems like it might be relevant.
I saw. I appreciate that. It may or may not be relevant.
Doesn't hurt anybody in the bag, so.
True. Ryder, if you want to scry again, would you mind rolling once more?
Yes.
Hopefully it's a good scry. Let's see.
Hopefully.
It's okay.
It's not good, not bad. Luckily, you don't get a general direction this time. Because I'm under the assumption that you're trying to scry the Crawdon.
Yes.
So, the Crawdon is near enough that you do get a vague image of where they are. And it appears that they're moving much further into the city. They seem to be moving in the direction of the arena, kind of that sort of compass direction, at least, but not towards the shore where the arena is. Sorry, I keep using the arena as a landmark because I have no other landmarks on that side of the city.
Fair. Okay.
Because, like, all the other important places were on the side of the city where you are. But yes, they are headed in that direction. They also appear to have at least one other Wobbuffet with them.
Okay. Would it be possible to scry on someone else?
You can roll again to do so.
The one, I forget their name, but the one that was like sniper. I want to see where they're at.
The Clowitzer? Sure.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, much better. So the Clowitzer is either in a building or somewhere you are wholly unfamiliar with fairly far away, because you do not see them when you scry. Instead, you see a general area of sea spray. And from the vantage point that you are able to obtain, you can see out to the ocean, and you can see the arena. And there are several buildings nearby that are sort of clustered together. But down on the street, you are able to notice several Pokemon going in and out of a building with a prominent blue sign.
Got it. Alright. Well, that gives me a sense that they're not nearby, which is good. So we could engage if we wish. Without worry of that, at least. Ryder's gonna relay this to Ralph, like showing them the orb as they're scrying.
So they don't cut their eyes in the sky. At least not right here.
If we would like, we can try to interrogate the Crawdont.
That could work, that could work. I'm gonna save one slice of the pizza, by the way.
If you want to save a slice of pizza for later, the server will ask if you want a box.
Yeah, we'll get a box. And this is a tangent that will pay off.
I think I know where this tangent is going.
Oh, playing on stereotypes, are we?
Not exactly, no.
Hang on, I'll make you the card. Also, I don't. I mean this with all the love in the world, but with the vacuum noise in the background, I just imagine that Ralph was literally hoovering up pizza.
I took it as a power draw. I was like, oh, suddenly his like room is being dismantled behind him. Like, okay. It's okay, the stream must go on.
Oh gosh. Oh. Yeah, I'll follow Ryder out too.
Yeah. Once we get back outside, Ryder's gonna hop back on top of Ralph.
Our powers combined.
Shall we proceed through the alleyway or shall we proceed to the alleyway or an alternative route?
Yeah, let's go back to the alleyway. I gotta meet someone there anyway.
Also, Kyrio did a wonderful joke.
Yeah.
Just to go, why not? Alright. Sorry. So your plan was to try and
To the
find
alleyway.
To the alleyway,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you guys figure out that alleyway like dead ends, or if there's like just some other junction you could go down?
So, it's not an alleyway, it is a side street. So it's not dead end.
Oh, okay.
And that's why there were 4 Wobbuffet blocking the way instead of like 1 or 2.
Ah, I see. So they're guarding an entire street then. Interesting.
Alright. When we reach it, are the same 4 Wobbuffet there?
Correct. The same
All
4
right.
Wobbuffet are there. You can't tell if they're squinting at you or not because Wobbuffet.
Alright. The one that was the one who was hungry before, I'm gonna give him the slice of pizza.
So you go to pull out the box, and the Wobbuffet all move like they're ready to fight, and then they smell the pizza. And they stop, and they watch you pull out the box, and then you hand it to the one that was hungry, and they take it in their flipper hands and stare at it in confusion.
I said I got you. It's real good.
No one has ever been this kind to me before. Thank you.
Of course, I'm the good guy.
Hey, what about us? Oh, that smells good. I don't trust this one. And of course, the Wobbuffet you gave the pizza slice to immediately goes about consuming it. Like tears streaming down their face. Your kindness appreciated.
Watch him.
That's
Hey.
a great reaction.
So, so can we go by, or do we still have to fight you to go by? Because we gotta go down this street.
Why? You got some business?
Yo, I actually don't really know why. My partner didn't tell me. I'm the sidekick.
A sidekick? What are you, some sort of storybook hero? They look up at Ryder.
I'm trying to think of a response. You can consider me a hero if you would like.
Oh. They get nudged again by the other two. Squeesh. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Well, this ain't no place for heroes. You're better off finding another street.
I never claimed myself to be a hero. I said you could perceive me as such.
Well then, Miss and or not Miss Hero. I'm afraid we cannot let you pass.
Why not?
Hey, is that a joke?
So you guys just gotta stand here all day?
I mean, the one that was offended was about to go off, and then Ralph completely stopped them. Funnily enough.
So you guys just have to stand here all day?
Yeah, what's it to you?
Well,
We
no,
got
I
4
mean, it's,
feet. We can stand just fine.
I mean, you know, it's nothing to me. It's just a shame you're gonna miss the sale. Yeah, so the pizza restaurant, I got that. This is gonna be with the deception roll, I think. The pizza restaurant, I just got that deep dish pizza slice from. They're actually doing a sale where you get a 50% discount if you're a blue Pokemon. Yo, yesterday it was discount for red Pokemon. I think tomorrow it's a discount sale for orange Pokemon, but today it's for blue Pokemon. You get 50% off, but the sale ends pretty soon. It's too bad you guys gotta stay here.
Ryder looks down at Ralph. I can confirm this statement.
Okay. I'm sad there isn't a proper deception skill, so I'm gonna make this a
I mean, perform kinda.
yeah. I mean, yeah, perform is. It's just not flat deception. Perform is a very broad category. So, smart contest perform for both of you.
You could also consider etiquette to be part of it, like a speechcraft role too.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, it could be either or. Let's just pick one.
This is actually a good role for me.
Ooh, it's not too bad.
I'm good at lying. I love it. I love it.
Ralph is good at performing in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah, they totally
synced.
believe you.
You guys synced up right there.
Team R&R for the win.
They totally believe y'all. Well, I am starting to get kind of hungry. It smells good. I'm sure the bosses won't mind. Maybe just long enough for one slice. Maybe. I am feeling a little peckish. What are you two thinking? We can't just abandon our posts. I mean, is it abandoning if we manage to get a window seat and can just watch the street? And then, of course, the one that doesn't want them to go has their stomach rumble. Fine! We'll go get some pizza. Only because it sounds like an amazing discount. Don't do any funny business.
I would do nothing
Not
of the
at all.
sort.
Not at all. We're the good guys. We gotta follow the rules.
Ryder can answer that one supremely honestly.
Hmm.
Oh, I'll do everything very seriously. Like,
Serious? You kidding? That's my whole deal.
No problems at all. Come on. And the three Wobbuffet go to get some pizza, and then the one comes back and drags their friend that's currently eating the pizza slice over.
Awesome. Ah, well, I opened the door. Let's go.
That was very convenient. Let us proceed.
And I shall continue forward. That was fantastic.
That was
Onward, Ralph. We ride.
There's moments like that just are my favorite in tabletop games.
it's obvious it's obvious to tell how much fun you have. And also, it just makes it so Ralph has even more gumption when he's lying, which makes him more convincing because he's so passionate about it.
Mm.
It's just absolutely wonderful. You could have totally tried to knock them over like the bowling pins they're shaped like, but you didn't.
I was thinking with Wobbuffet is you don't want to hit them. That's exactly what they want you to do. Like,
Oh no, you figured out their entire strategy. Just sit there and take a beating.
Oh, gosh. Wobbuffet with a focus sash is one of my favorite memes.
Well, you're lucky they don't have that. And I agree with Kyrio's estimate as well, in that the four of them are just different facets of diplomacy, basically.
yeah.
That said, as I stretch a bit, Ralph and Ryder, you make your way down the side street, and this is away from where a lot of the food places are. You're getting closer to where a residential section is. So there's fewer shops, more just buildings where Pokemon live. And so you're seeing houses that, well, a lot of them are kind of uniform. Most of them have some sort of little customizations that the owners have made. Sometimes you'll see like little gardens near the front step or hanging planter pots that have various herbs or sometimes little miniature berry bushes.
What a nice neighborhood.
Right. Another insight survival alert, please.
Oof. Ralph, you have to carry this one.
Roblox.oof.
Well, I'm carrying you.
Hmm?
It's an okay carry.
Unfortunately, the sun has decided to shine rather vigorously on this particular street, and so the gleam off of Ryda's orb is making it difficult for them to see. Ralph, on the other hand, has no such problem because their head is below the orb. And you notice words. Do not fail me, please. You notice a pair of Wobbuffet standing off to the side near one of the turnoffs from the street, talking to each other.
Let's inch close enough to eavesdrop.
I feel like you finally pulled him on a lot. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to be using the Wobbuffets a lot.
No, I love them, so... There we go.
And they are dressed in the same uniform, so it's easy to tell. So yes, you were spot on the money when you were saying they're the Team Rocket. Oh, wow. The model looks like it has a weird underbite. I kind of love it.
I kind of see it, too. So they literally do if you pay attention. It's great.
So, if you're trying to eavesdrop... I'll have Ralph make this roll because you're the quote-unquote main body of this weird Mechazord you've become. So a Dex Survival Stealth, please.
No. And the walls.
They lean on Ralph thinking he's like a wall.
Oh shoot, I'm using the Doom dice and not my regular. Yeah, it's fine.
Mhm.
Alrighty. That's
You just
about accurate.
accidentally unleashed all the doom.
That's about accurate
Earthquakes and
for
hurricanes, tornadoes.
Wobbuffet mooks. Well, they don't seem to notice you, and you're able to overhear them talking about someplace called Sandbar Blue.
Like that big blue sign you saw, Sandbar Blue?
I would think so.
Apparently, they're lamenting that they aren't paid enough to be able to eat there. Even though, quote-unquote, the bosses go there all the time.
All the Wobbuffets are hungry.
Hey, it's lunchtime.
They're not fed well enough.
It's lunchtime. Be nice to them.
Oh man, it's this land. It's all over again.
Be nice to
The
them. They all
bosses
share
get to
like
eat.
5 brain cells amongst the lot. And it is lunch, so like food.
I should write this down.
Oh no, doing actual investigative work.
Randomly, I should note that if anybody ever just wants an extra, like, beyond their, like, character sheet boxes, they just want, like, a note card, I can always spawn one.
I use physical book.
Or you could be real classic D&D. That's hardcore D&D player right there, if they pull out a notebook.
So, I kind of like take a step back from being within their earshot and relay that to Ryder, the blue whatever that they just
Sandbar Blue.
Sandbar Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I was wanting to say Blue Moon Inn, but that's a location from RuneScape. I've been playing a lot of RuneScape since they released the Necromancy skill.
I never take notes. It's authentic to my character. Aw, that's wonderful. I made a character specifically designed so that it could justify my taking notes.
Fair. But yeah, it appears we have a location to which we can explore later.
Indeed.
I suppose it's prominent to discover where that is.
Well, as far as you know, if it lines up with the place that you went to, you should be able to see the arena from it. Or at the very least, from somewhere near it.
Oh, that's for later investigation. Right now, we're hunting down someone.
Yeah.
Correct.
Let us proceed to the target.
Alrighty, I shall continue on our way, letting you steer me like the like Remy.
I was thinking Ratatouille this entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, Ralph has ears to do so. Though, you do eventually get to the end of the street, and it branches, as streets often do. You can either go left or right, as it branches in a sort of Y fashion.
Okie dokie, which way?
Would the mark tell me which way?
The mark is not on the Crawdon.
Right. I couldn't remember who it was on.
Wait, hang on.
Actually,
No.
it is.
I thought it was.
No, it is.
'Cause-
It is on the Crawdon.
Yeah.
Because he has. If I pull about it, it's
I don't know why I thought it was on the Cloitzer.
marked.
Yeah, we didn't even see him to the end.
I'm
Of that
dumb.
first
I
interaction.
forgot. It's on the Crawdon.
Because he was the muscle, so he was like in front, easily markable.
Correct.
Mhm.
All right. That's supposed to make scrying easier. I'm a dummy. Go ahead and use your scrying.
Okay.
Each Wob is one brain cell. Oh, Beerus, there's too many Wobbuffets for each one to have a brain cell.
Well, I definitely crushed it that time.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
The good thing is they are close enough that since you're scrying, we move up by one step. It may not be within 100 feet, but you will know their location. Sorry, I keep having to reread it just to be sure.
That's fair.
So not only do you get a little directional arrow that points you down the right side path, you also get an image of the Crawdon, who is currently kind of squeezing the Wobbuffet they have with them like one might a squeaky stress toy. Mind you, you aren't getting sound through the scrying, but they appear to be talking about something or other.
I have pinpointed the target.
Awesome. Let's go. And I shall she shall point and I shall follow. And I'm gonna do a thing blank.
Okay.
I'm going to get up and get some water while Tubby does that. So is this like an assassination mission?
The way that
I
Ralph
don't
said
Turned
it.
into. It might be assassination, but we gotta get some information first. This guy is definitely gonna die at some point by Ryder's hands. Maybe now, maybe later. This really does feel like an assassination mission, though.
Okay, I have my water. It's been very silly and goofy so far, but all I can think of is it's not going to end pretty. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how Ryder's going to deal with this. Oh man, and I have to do the Crawdon voice. I love it, but it's so hard to do.
Reminds me of Professor Soul in my campaign, because I try to base his personality off of Mr. Torch.
Oh no.
Huh.
Well, I mean, that's what the Machamp is.
Hmm. So, an intense professor, and that was like the first NPC my players encountered. It was great.
Just so long as they don't recur too much.
Oh, no. They saw him at the beginning, and it's been a hot minute. Yes, the robot. They have a theory that he's a robot because he fell asleep standing up and just didn't move. We'll say this whole hitman thing we're going on is pretty fun.
I don't know if this is a radical idea, but I wouldn't mind if the session's just about you guys.
I mean, if you and Kyrio are fine with that, I can keep going with Ralph and Ryder.
I will notice this. I noted one thing when I did my intro. You notice how I was mentioning I'm kind of out of it, and then I did my intro. Every time I do my intro, I always try to focus and structure myself because the intro is kind of important. I kind of strained myself doing it though. So that level of focus and dedication, I just don't have the energy, I guess. So I wouldn't really be opposed to you guys just having a little session to yourselves here, just vibing with it. But of course, I don't want to put pressure on you two.
Oh, I'd be totally down to do it, but I also feel bad for taking all the spotlight.
I also know Kyrio wasn't feeling the greatest today too, so maybe he'd vibe with it too. I don't know. So, whatever he thinks.
Yeah. And the other thing is, the area that Tucker and Brooke are going to be at has...
Alright, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Welcome back.
No, come back. But, the area Tucker and Brooke are going to be at has, energy, quote-unquote.
I also just had this thought, sometimes we do, character switching to, give everybody a chance in a session, and I'm just, thinking to myself, maybe narratively that doesn't always make sense. Maybe narratively it's good to just maybe have some party members on the side for a session, so we can actually focus on a storyline. Just thought.
Sometimes, but I prefer not to do that entirely.
Well, it's good not to do it all the time, but with the rare situations in which we split up, occasionally that might be a good thing here and there. Not all the time, but I'm just thinking actual TV shows where it's you have a group that is normally together, but occasionally have those episodes where they just go off and do their own thing, and that's the episode just about them. And I think that's a nice change of pace, actually, sometimes, but that's a constant thing, because if you got a group, you want to have it to be a group, but occasional sessions away for the whole group, that's fine.
Yeah, there's ways to do it where people don't get left out, but I
don't feel left out. I'm enjoying this. I'm just vibing.
Yeah, y'all are vibing and watching the show unfold.
I'm giving some comments. I'm offering some suggestions. I'm not, I'm not completely separate from this event. I'm still here.
Oh man, and in between scene transition. A Ralph and Ryder face zoom into the screen with a spiral.
Oh yeah, that is a trope. Okay, that's the trope name. A Day in the Limelight. That's the trope. That is true.
I said this to Charm privately. Don't mind if it's just an R&R session. I'd like to make some progress with work goals, but if we just get the game to a state where I could potentially do things between sessions, might be nice.
Oh, fair.
For context, Tubby, since you weren't here, Charm suggested for this to just be a Ryder and Ralph episode.
And, we can totally, if that's what this ends up being, we can totally do some stuff with Brooke at the arena in between sessions, because the stuff that can happen at the arena seems like it would be quite conversational.
Kyrio noted in our little chat, he said the additional, just having Tucker meet up with Brooke at the end, at least. Which, that's fair. That kind of sets things up nicely at the arena. So, as long as the two other groups end up at the same location at the end of the session, that would be the simple goal to reach for those groups.
Yeah, my assumption was going to be that, if we got to swap to Tucker, then they would be getting to the arena and being able to find Brooke.
Yeah.
That would be the first thing.
That was my thought, too.
For now, anyway. More R&R. And yes, old-timey Batman transition. Because I don't think you want me to narrate you going through the various streets as you follow after the Crawdaunt that is either way ahead of you or weirdly faster than you thought he
No, tele missions in video games are always the most boring thing. Let's get to the end of it.
They can be.
Well, sometimes some of them are gems if you do it right, but
That does make me think. Should we have music for this?
We do have music. It's Events 138. I know I've been using it generally, but
It has fit the. Have you been playing it, Hydra?
I haven't.
Oh,
I was still
yeah,
using what we started on.
Yeah, we switched songs at some point. I actually thought about putting it in the chat, like the text chat, saying this song if you want to switch it. But I was just like, no, everybody heard that we're switching to it. No,
Yeah,
I guess I just missed it.
I should have said it. I'll make sure to type in text whenever we switch songs. That's probably helpful.
But Ralph and Ryder, you eventually manage to catch up to the Crawdaunt. As they are carrying what appears to be a package in one armored claw, and they still have the Wobbuffet in their other, occasionally squeezing it like a squeaky toy. The Wobbuffet seems fairly unharmed by this. They also aren't necessarily paying any attention to you as they are continuing to move. They're considering currently a side street that looks perhaps a bit small for them. No, no, boss, I don't think you can fit in this one.
So he's like in front of the side street?
Yeah. It would be a bit of a squeeze for them to go down.
Ralph, perhaps you should help give them a push.
Alright. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but Ralph, let's do it.
I mean, if we get him wedged,
Alright. One mighty shove coming up.
There's a move for that, ain't there? Or an action.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. That's.
It's in my efficiency bag here.
would it be knockdown?
Knockdown.
I think knockdown is the closest thing.
Tucker has. I put all the ones that I thought were useful for something on Tucker.
Yeah, push the enemy away. So yeah, knockdown, strength fight, brawl. And it's
Wait. Actually, I changed my mind. While Ralph is pushing, I'm gonna activate Lucky Chance.
Okay, but you will lose the element of surprise by using Lucky Chant.
I'm gonna let Ralph push first, and then I'll do Lucky Chant.
Oh, because Lucky
Okay.
Chat is a sound-based move. Yeah, that's true.
Lucky Chant is not sound-based, but my assumption is that there would be sound involved, or some flashy element that would ruin an ambush without some sort of stealth.
Well, it literally says the user chants an incantation of the sky, so I assume you have to say something to make it happen, but... Imagine hearing all this chanting just before you get jumped. Also, Ralph, that was a lot of dice. It was an okay roll with that many. More dice is not always a good thing, but oddly enough, you only got a single one. Huh.
Alright, let's see here.
Yeah, the ones thing is the system's way of adding diminishing returns.
Effectively.
That's why Lucky Chant is good to help counteract that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong notepad document. You. Let's see. How shoved are you?
Hmm?
fairly shoved, because apparently the dice hate me today.
Yay!
The dice hate DM more than they hate players. That's good.
It's always a good day if the dice hate me more than you guys.
Yeah, 4 shoves versus 2 shoves. I believe that makes you 2 shoves.
Alright, let's see here.
Of course, I imagine how wedged you get depends on the disparity between the rolls as well.
Just a bit. So Ralph, you go and shove them, and the Crawdont reacts perhaps a little faster than you anticipated. And there's this loud pair of clangs as they put their claws to the alleyway, but you do manage to wedge their shoulders, at least, into the alleyway. They have, however, dropped their parcel and the Wobbuffet. I don't think it was an accident, boss. The Wobbuffet stutters a bit as they move to retrieve the parcel, keeping a wary eye on Ralph and Ryder, which, Ryder, you can now do Lucky Chant if you wish.
True.
Boy, it's a good thing you just need to succeed with one die.
Yep.
The thing trying to remove ones almost got defeated by ones. Alright. It's ironic.
You have successfully, question mark, shoved the Crawdont. It appears as though they won't be able to turn around at the very least.
Okay.
Until they manage to pry themselves free.
This is kind of smart, because they're a lot more dangerous from the front.
So, I'd like to use double team, but make the copy in front of him.
I'll permit it, because I know what you've been working on.
Okay. It's a clever way of having a conversation. Of sorts.
I mean, it's a lot safer than standing in front of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to prevent the Wobbuffet from going anywhere.
Is the Wobbuffet blocked in by the Crawdont?
No, they aren't. It's just the Crawdont's upper body that's kind of wedged. There is space between the lower portion and the alleyway.
Fair enough.
Alright.
And then ignore 2, 1, so that's 4 successes.
This is like the Dio stairs thing, but times 1,000. I'm actually not sure what you mean by that, even though I've seen that scene.
Oh, shoot.
So as I'm looking down at this Wobbuffet minion. So, I don't know if it's racist to ask this or whatever, but is it true that your eyes are really on your tail?
Now, if that were true, why would we confirm it?
I mean,
Because
I don't
clearly,
know.
people have made a rumor about it. And if it's still a rumor and nobody's confirmed it, why would we tell you? Because it's to our benefit if you do not know.
If
We
we
never
don't
know which side
which
is staring at you. By the way, Ralph, do an insight contest perform.
Outwit the idiot.
Double team is basically moving back and forth fast enough to look like multiple people. Imagine using double team to hold a conversation. What Ryder's been trying to do is, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
Ignore 2, 1, so that's 1 success.
It's 1 success, but if you want a lucky hat, you can. But currently, their rather flimsy bluff is working. They seem to know what they're talking about. That said, Ryder, you are able to create a copy in front of Crawdon.
I guess it will forever be a mystery to us non-Wobbuffets.
As it should be.
You could simply test by, like, stepping on his tail and seeing if he goes blind.
It's dirty. We're the good guys.
Well,
I never claimed to be a good guy.
But consider this, as they're about to say a thing. Get the package back to our boss. And there's a rumbling as the Crawdon tries to pull itself free, shaking a bit of
push him back.
loose. Oh boy, shaking a little bit of loose building from where its shoulders are wedged. Consider this. Maybe they're all eyes. And the Wobbuffet starts to run away.
Does he have the package?
Yes. Also, Ralph, you may attempt to shove again. At
Also-
a -2.
What was that 0? Was that another shove attempt that went so poorly?
No, that was an insight attempt.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted because my bit rate just started fucking dying. I fixed it, I think.
Oh dear. Yeah, that was an insight attempt because the Wobbuffet effectively did a bluff.
Ah, I see. And he took Ralph
Oh
took it.
damn!
Ralph is
And that
really
a
crushing him in
-2.
there.
Oh, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, I'm the muscle for the good guys. Yo, if you had gotten the jump on me, you might have won this interaction. But didn't hit brakes.
So you slam into the back of this Crawdont, and yeah, they get wedged very firmly into this side street. They will not be getting free quickly.
Awesome. Let's go follow the Wobbuffet.
You can't. The Crawdont is in the way.
Could Ryder?
The copy is there. But I'm not sure the copy can do anything yet.
That's why I was wondering.
Can it?
Is it kind of just a hologram, effectively?
So I will note the Crawdont very nearly slid through the copy, depending on how close the copy was to the Crawdont.
I'm gonna try and put in a running state because he is. There we go.
I didn't imagine putting them, like, very, like, straight in the face, like, a few feet back so it looks like they're a safe distance away, quote unquote. The illusion of someone teleported in front of you is now confronting you.
You better be gone by the time I get free, or I'm going to turn you into mincemeat.
I don't believe you're in the place to say such things. We have some questions.
You.
They squint at the hologram.
I remember you. I should have clamped you last night.
That was your mistake.
Clamps, boss. Let me give him a clamps.
Well, you found out what I based them on, except I didn't give them the accent.
I don't know what this reference is.
Futurama.
Oh!
I just now got it.
I think I remember. I've watched a fair amount of that show. Just looked at it. The clamps robot. Oh yes, okay. No, I remember.
Clamps. Oh boy.
I would like to know, are you the head of this organization?
Me?
I can't do a good laugh for this because
That
I'm
was
already
perfect.
I'm already grabbing my throat and trying. So
I appreciate it.
Me? I'm just a muscle. You'll never get to our boss. Let's
And
fork
why is
some
that?
Goody two shoes like you at every turn. If you thought I was the smart one, you're in for a bad time.
Ryder is going to... Alright. So, remember the knife?
Oh, yeah. That's an ominous way to start a sentence.
I do remember that you have the knife. I also remember that it's a butter knife, which is funny because crawdon are basically crayfish and or lobsters. Also, they are very obviously starting to damage the walls of the buildings that they are stuck between, as they're starting to wrench themselves free.
So, Ryder is going to psychically pick up the knife and just sort of rocket it into their back.
Oh no.
Alright.
Are you aiming for the, like, they're plated. Crawdads are plated. Are you aiming between the plates, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a butter knife. It's not gonna, like, go through like a bullet.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll accuracy for psychic, but we're gonna just say that it's not doing that much damage.
Okay.
Because it's a butter knife.
Because I can't use psychic moves on it.
I mean, technically psychic is the catch-all for telekinesis.
Also,
But
when it
it's
comes
also not
to
your word.
when it comes to objects being stabbed into things, it doesn't matter what the object is if the velocity is enough. It's still
So
gonna suck.
here's the thing. That would be a crit,
Oh wow.
except now you've discovered their ability.
Oh no.
They can't
Oh.
be crit.
Oh. Psh, that's fine then.
Lucky for them, I suppose.
They have shell armor.
Yeah, I'm not too worried then.
Butter knife crit that isn't a crit. But hey, now you have information. Go ahead and roll your butter. Just turn it.
I like how Kyrio didn't have the putt at first. It's like, shit, I gotta do it again.
Buttered.
Take two.
Well, at least there's a small margin of error.
I can't believe it's not a butter crit.
Oh god, these puns. Yeah, just go ahead and roll your special and we'll +1.
Yeah.
Rather than the +3. Oh.
Oh,
Mm.
at least it's 2.
Oh wait. Does stab? I forget. What's stab? Is that
Stab
added
is-
to damage or?
Stab is added to
accurate
damage.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that always mixes that up.
Yeah, stab
Yeah.
is added to damage. Go ahead and roll one
And
more
it's an
die.
extra die, yeah.
Thing I remembered.
Hey!
Yeah,
something else again.
two.
Yeah, a whole 2 damage. It dinks off their armor.
Wait, Crawdad is part dark. Speaking of which, that
Oh.
maybe matters.
Oh
yeah.
no! Well, okay. Here's the thing. Butter
That's why I
knife.
didn't go directly with psychic attack.
Oh,
had
I
to use
see.
Knife.
Yeah,
Oh, so it was actually
Yeah.
a steel type attack. Gotcha.
Haha. I get it. Steel type because butter knife. Clever. I will permit it. Aluminum
I mean,
more likely,
stainless
I
is a
guess.
type of steel.
But the butter knife dinks off their plating and clatters to the ground, and they just laugh as they start to wrench themselves free. Let me do a roll for them before I say anything. Dang. Not getting any more free this turn.
What was that?
Laugh at this, punk! Body slam.
Yes. Get him, Ralph. Get him.
I like how you
Alright.
guys don't care about the packs, you care about abusing Crawdad.
Body slam on the knife? No. On the
No.
lobster.
Destroy the knife.
Teaching a lesson for not penetrating the armor.
The butter knife
Ah.
can't help its enemy head armor.
I knew I
Alright,
should have got a
so-
better knife.
So, oh, the knife is not.
It
still in
actually
there, I'm
dinked
afraid.
off. It dinked off the plates, I believe.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
if the knife are still in the skin and you body slam it, that's
Mhm.
brutal.
You might hurt yourself too, though.
That was the second part to it. If it actually landed, was to like smash it with my orb.
Yeah. No, this has not become a murder or a cracking open of a lobster tail.
Darn.
Is that a hit? Is it 3 a hit?
So they can't dodge, but do they have a move they can use?
I'd be surprised if they do.
Technically, they do. It's not how it's technically supposed to go, but I'm gonna have them clash with Razor Shell.
Ah. Alright.
Huh.
Let's see, and
I actually forget that move. That's an
Strength Fight
older.
Clash, I believe.
That's right, Gen 5. Okay, water type. Couldn't remember.
Now would have been a great time to have that scythe.
I think that's the right number of dice.
Oh, you know what? I'm stupid.
Yep.
Yep. Response time. What's up?
I should have done something different.
Oh?
Oh, right.
Alrighty,
What is that?
What's up? You got another hat.
oh,
What's
I
up?
thought I was rolling damage.
No, he clashed.
Oh, I thought the clash like subtracted from my damage.
The way the clash works is, if it meets or exceeds the accuracy of the move used against it, the move is negated. The attacker takes 1 damage, and then the defender rolls a die to take a damage.
Ah.
I believe.
Okay. So I like bonk into him and it hurts.
And he does take a damage.
Yeah.
Gonna fill that one slightly. In
So
the way.
yeah, Ralph, you ram into the Crawdont only for this sharp black and blue energy to sort of coat their plates, cutting you up in the process and forcing you back.
Alright, that hurt.
Not this time, pal.
You know what? I should have done this before. And I'm sorry, I'm new to this whole interrogating thing. So you're a water type, right?
Zapper. Zapper. I was gonna suggest it too.
Oh, you just asked the question and then immediately tase him?
I asked the question, I turned the thing on.
No?
Okay, good, so this won't hurt.
Do you want to roll the insight contest perform, or do you just want to do it? The DC is so
Yeah, I'm
low.
just gonna do it.
Just
It's
zap
the
him.
obvious lie. Okay. Let's see. Dex Fight Brawl. Always deals... Well, it's going to deal 3 damage because of the magnet, I believe.
Mm.
And 2 chance to paralyze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
Ralph.
weapon always deals 2.
Oh shoot, how much HP he got? Oh, you might knock him out.
Yeah. His damage always does 2, 3 with the, or it's a roll for +1 damage. Yeah, so 2.
Oh yeah, 2 and then a
potentially
roll.
+1. No,
Oh,
2, but 3 anyway because type disadvantage.
almost. But now
Wow,
you've
and
finally gotten to
then-
test how effective it is. And 2
I've
chance
used it a
dice to
few
paralyze. True, you've used it to actually rather good effect, but this is really effective. Oh no!
No paralyzed, but
So,
Zap him again.
so you want to talk to my partner now, right?
and I'm gonna say.
Oops, my finger slipped.
Can he get free? Can he get free and fight back?
Please no.
No,
Yeah.
he can't.
Oops, my hand slipped.
It's almost like Lucky Chant is making this happen. I'm not even gonna make you roll accuracy. Just go ahead and
Zap him.
for your extra damage again.
Alright, let's see here.
Also, the butter knife is gone now, right?
Butter knife is on the ground. Also,
Still only 2.
Yep.
And then 3 from type.
Yep. Just.
You ready to
Smells
talk
like
to him
cooked
now?
lobster. Could use some butter though.
Mmm.
No paralyzed.
No
So you ready
paralysis,
to
but this
talk
guy is
now?
knocked out.
Ah, dang.
He is totally blocking the side street though.
That is unfortunate.
And yeah, if you want the butter knife back, you can just retrieve it. It didn't go too far.
Yeah, it does not. Ryder will
Check his-
take the butter knife, just for no leaving evidence.
Yeah. I'm gonna check his purse as there's a giant singed lobster there. I'm gonna check his pockets for like a business card or anything. Waypoint.
I want to say what pockets, but I mean, most Pokemon have a quote-unquote inventory. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, essentially, I'm
Um,
checking his inventory. Maybe the card that marks them as one of the mob bosses' key card or something. Take his key card. I don't know.
no, nothing like that. You do, however, find, hey, you know what? Charm and Kyrio, both of you get to roll 3d6s.
Ooh. Loot.
You two are going to be my loot generators.
Well done.
He has 20 Poke on his person.
Had.
Yoink.
I'll just give that to Ralph. Hey, look, you made the pizza price back and then some.
Oh yeah.
Stonks.
Also completely negating an actual fight. He had 20 Poke on his person. What looks like several blue Pokeblocks.
Huh.
And a business card for Sandbar Blue. And it's got this really nice font and a blue swish behind it. And the card itself is colored tan.
Is that an address?
It doesn't have an address on it,
Damn.
but on the back of the card is the same design that was on the Wooper's tie, which Ryder would recognize.
Okay.
Awesome, I show it to her.
The one that looks like kind of like cartoony or stylized fishbone.
Pokeblocks are food, right?
They are. They look kind
I'm
of
gonna
like
eat one.
Description's not needed. I just want to eat it.
Okay. I need a minute. Let's see.
Don't even give the DM time to like conceptualize the item. I'm gonna eat it.
Anything
Oh no,
but.
Ralph. Hey.
It's a 6. That could be a good thing.
Okay.
Maybe.
It's one of those tasty blue raspberry kinds of things. It's kind of chewy. Like taffy.
Hmm.
They probably got it from somewhere around here. Maybe even Sandbar Blue.
Awesome.
Sounds reasonable.
I'll leave him one, and yeah, we'll be on our way.
You're just gonna leave. I know we torture you, but I did take all your food.
Oh no, Ryder is going to teleport in front of them.
Oh.
Since they're blocking the alleyway and they're unconscious, Ryder's going to teleport to in front of them.
To be fair,
Yeah.
if Ralph wants to try climbing over them, Ralph can. But that may require a roll. Because, you know, backs of Crawdon are kind of shaped like stairs.
Yeah,
Ramp.
yeah, I'll try to like tromp over him.
Luckily, you aren't, well, I say you aren't stupendously heavy, but I mean, for a Snorlax, you aren't. You're rather trim. Dex Survival Athletic. As you squish this poor, quote-unquote, Crawdon. Oh boy. It takes Ralph a bit to get over this hurdle. Yeah, the Crawdon's going to be out for a while. But yeah, you don't really find anything else valuable on their body. The metal plating on their claws seems to actually be part of their claws. So even if you wanted to take it, that would require literally disarming them.
No, I'm good. We've done enough to this poor guy.
Ryder is going to raise their orb into the air and then slam it into their head.
The Crawdon's head? Ow.
Yes.
Oh.
They are
That
out.
seems excessive.
They are out. Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
I like how Ralph went from gleefully torturing to the guy to saying, that seems excessive.
It is a bit excessive.
Alright.
There is a heavy wood sound as you hit it in the head. You have bonked the Crawdon. Feel free to roll the damage of your orb.
So, special +1.
Since I need to keep track of if you manage to accidentally kill it.
There is no accidental.
Well, you haven't, but... Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, I'm just double-checking the mark because I know it gives a malice. Oh, it's just to accuracy and evasion. Okay. You don't get a bonus against marked targets yet.
The Turtis Justice. I don't know if this is related to Turtis. I mean, as much as we don't like the guy, he has jail cells, not gallows. I'm just pointing that out. I mean, I have some gallows, I don't know. But I'm curious if Ralph's gonna do anything.
Yeah, I was waiting for Ralph's comment.
Well, the comment on that's a bit excessive after he.
Oh, was that in story? It's hard to
bastard.
tell of you sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sorry, in story.
All right.
That was a bit excessive. I guess we better get going, yo.
Ryder's gonna raise the orb again. And prepare for another attack.
I'm going to grab her. Like, yeah, I'm gonna try and stop her. Yeah, with a grapple here. And strength point.
Would I roll evasion against that?
Seem a little focused.
Ralph can roll a grapple. I'm going to rule that Lucky Chant is currently
I got a lad.
Oh,
Okay. That is a big one.
Ralph,
I
you
got a
not
lot
prefer.
of lag.
You got a lot of lag. Well, your roll was good. How many were you supposed to roll?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, you rolled correctly.
That's correct. Unfortunately,
Alright.
I don't think Ryder is capable of.
Unless they somehow became godly and got all successes, no, they cannot.
Would Ryder even be noticing that Ralph would be trying to stop them? Like, they seem a little focused.
Probably not.
I was gonna say you can Dex Fight Evade if you want to, but the way that grapple works, you don't have the stats to break that.
Mm-mm. Not a chance.
Because unfortunately, I don't believe that you exceed Ralph's stats.
Not even close. But yeah. Well, I'm physically grappled, not mentally, so Ryder's still gonna slam the orb into the Crawdaunt.
I'm gonna try and carry you away.
Right.
The raises a question. When you're, like, slamming a physical object using Psychic, does getting physically hampered affect your action at all? I wonder.
I imagine there is an aspect similar to how concentration is handled in other tabletop games. Not that I would make that a thing mechanically unless necessary, which it might be in this instance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like get her away, and be like, hey, he's beaten, he's done. Trust me, we've encountered some Pokemon that deserved to be put away permanently, but this is not one of them.
Does Ryder have a response?
Does Hydra have a voice connection? Let's check, actually.
Oh dear. I saw them mute and unmute. They might be having an issue.
Oh no. We shall pause until they fix it. They are still in the call, so. I heard a slight hello.
Hello? I see
Oh,
you
I
flashing.
did get a response.
You had no
But-
sound until just now.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I could hear you guys fine.
Now you're back.
Okay.
You sound a little bit different. I wonder if your mic just did some like backflip.
I have no clue.
Alright.
I just turned it off, turned it back on, so.
Okay. Well, you
Okay.
seem fine now.
But yeah, Ryder's response was, he does not deserve to be put away. He deserves to be put down.
Squeeze a little bit and go and keep walking, keep carrying Ryder away.
Do I still get to do my orb slam?
You may attempt at a -4,
Okay.
and I will give Ralph an opportunity to perform a strength roll to knock out Ryder if he wants to, or at least attempt.
Mm. Oh, I
could
just rolled
also-
accuracy. Was I supposed to roll damage?
No.
Accuracy.
Okay.
I just had a thought randomly for you, Ralph.
Yeah?
I do remember that. Weren't you and wasn't Ralph and Ryder like have a little battle over who could like psychically control the orb over the other at one point? He could try to interrupt that, like the same way.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just a random thought.
Or I
This
could
whole time,
shock
Ryder
her.
kept saying they're not the hero.
Yeah. Or I could zap you while you're concentrating on the orb.
That would work too, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. When I notice their eyes glowing with the psychic, I'm gonna, Zapper comes in contact to or probably shoulder, not face. I'm not gonna give you a scar. Yeah, Zapper.
Note that due to the power of conductivity, doing it while holding Ryder will cause you to get a little zap too, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You say that.
It'll
but
probably be okay.
I think Ralph is fine, not only because it doesn't necessarily work exactly the same, and also he's got thick fat.
True. Doesn't technically affect electricity. We could argue that it definitely helps reduce conductivity.
Oh yeah, and that's 2 + 1. Sweet.
That's 3 damage to Ryder.
Okay.
Paralyze the more important thing, I feel like, here, but I guess
Yeah,
it would disrupt regardless.
Oh yeah.
The paralyze is more important.
Alrighty.
Nope.
Yes.
Reminder, you have Lucky Hat.
You would do.
Preventing a murder might be a good reuse for Lucky Hat.
Yeah, we'll lucky that.
Can Ralph do it?
He did.
Oh, look
Yes.
at that, folks. He can.
Holy shit, that was down to the wire.
Also, Ralph is now paralyzed.
Oh no, cause synchronize!
Thank you, Ralph.
All right,
Uh,
synchronize.
fantastic.
Both of you are now paralyzed, and you're kind of just sort of on the ground in the side street. It can't do
Did I land on
anything.
top of him? That'd be hilarious.
If Hydra is okay with that happening, then sure.
That would affect what I wanted to do next.
I think that's gonna be causing a biased answer. I feel like, yeah. Coin flip it.
We can roll for
Forward,
roll
backward,
for it,
coin
yeah.
flip.
You know what? Either Brooke or Charm, roll me a die. Evens it happens, odds it doesn't.
I'll let Brooke do this one. Four.
Okay. Unfortunately, Ralph is now on top of Ryder. Ryder, you would normally be able to move a little. Ralph can't because of the dexterity negative. Until the paralysis wears off. You're kind of stuck.
Does heal pulse remove status effects?
Nope.
Damn. So I can't physically move my body.
You are too stuck under Ralph to do so. You have the dex that normally you'd be able to move at like half speed according to how paralysis is done. Because you lose 2 dexterity, and I've always taken that to mean if you are at 0, you can't move. If you have more than that, you can.
Can I use teleport?
I'm gonna say not at this moment.
Damn.
As much as that might be an interesting idea, if only because I'm going to imagine that Ralph is currently trying to interfere with Ryder's psychic abilities.
I suppose so, as best he can.
Ralph,
and I
we
feel-
must finish him.
Sorry.
He's already seen us.
It's finished.
Do you intend to let him run free then? Let him roam the streets and cause more havoc. Do you think that is the better alternative?
Not everyone who's... Not all bad people just deserve to straight up die.
This fact I can agree with, though this one is deserving of such.
And what makes you know this?
When I first encountered him, it was in an alleyway. He had cornered a Pokemon, and had I not intervened, they may not be here. This Pokemon is certainly a monster, one who would not hesitate to kill. So why should we? This is justice after all.
You see? Stick
You
around
truly
here.
believe this is better?
We beat him. We humiliated him. They'll think twice before they're doing something again. Besides,
no, that
we
is
kill the
unrealistic.
lackey. Besides, we stick here killing the lackey, or we take care of the boss.
A
As-
fine assumption. Since you two can't necessarily move, at the edges of your vision you see trailing bone. And yes, Ralph, you can hear them too. Well smoked, acolyte. But your ally is right. Such a narrow focus. We will call this penance enough for now. You see the mark on Crawdon's claw flake away. There is greater for you to do.
Very well then.
What an excellent Inquisitor you shall make. Guide her well, magician.
I don't know if it's visible, but Ralph looks thoughtful for a moment. As he seems to be considering something. So can he hear you all the time? Hear us all the time?
Ryder is sort of lost in thought at the moment, and does not respond.
I wonder if he can. And if he can, I wonder if he would take, not requests, but suggestions. Because, well, this poor sap doesn't deserve to die. I do know of one who does. But that's for another time. We're on this adventure now. As his eyes go from a little bit uncharacteristic to back to like more Ralphie.
Fair misheard. I'm just going to point out who guides who. Yeah, the whisper voice is perfectly appropriate for Eternus, but I did miss a few words myself.
Eternatus said, "Guide her well, logician."
Logician. Okay. That word I think was hard to catch.
He said magician.
I thought it was magician. Yeah, I'm the magician.
I mean, both terms are accurate for Ralph.
Mhm.
Stares at your super metronome.
The magician logician. Logician. That sounds like a teacher. The teacher who teaches math classes trying to make it way too fun. I'm the magician.
We should
Field
attempt
trip,
to leave
everyone.
if possible.
You say,
I heard neither
still
of those.
paralyzed. So you know how paralysis lasts 24 hours?
Oh no.
So,
Hmm.
we have options for what can happen here.
Oh, yo, Ryder. I'm sorry I stuck.
It is a reasonable mistake. Though one we should avoid in the future.
Oh yeah. Baby steps. We're still learning.
I'm a little concerned with the Crawdad also there. I'm sure the gang is going to be back to check on the Crawdad and the situation too.
That's when I'm like, we gotta go.
Uh-huh.
Well,
It's not-
to take us anywhere, they have to move me.
You're right, it's not an isolated area. Someone might call the cops eventually. Or something else might happen.
This kind of
Okay,
feels like the
there's
district
three-
up where you don't call the cops kind of districts. It feels like.
No.
There are 3 knocked out bodies near my house.
Doom says 5. Doom says 6. It's going up. It's going to say 7. That's a 5 again.
Oh gosh.
Oh no,
Last
these the
time
hours ticking
Magnemites
by.
got me for... Last night I got the Magnemites got me for the lamppost.
So, you two are lucky.
Yes.
The bad thing doesn't happen.
Because the rolls were high enough. You guys got lucky.
Y'all got lucky because that could have gone badly. Including Crawdon unfainting.
Yeah, that was my main worry.
Well, the thing is, I assume when you faint, you're out for a number of hours.
Yeah.
Usually like 8. But,
Then bonk.
yeah, then it wouldn't have been necessarily quite pleasant. Luckily, some Pokemon sees you in the side street and goes to get help. Luckily for Ryder and Ralph, you're also on the ground. So the assumption is that you were also assaulted, or that this was some sort of weird fight.
I mean, it was some sort of weird fight, just a lot weirder than
Instead of a crime.
An attempted murder, if you will.
Yeah. You know, that thing that's frowned upon, but not necessarily always punished?
Yeah,
At least
some sort of weird fight. Indeed, a weird fight, just a lot weirder than the puzzle pieces would suggest.
So, with the help of the Magnemite line enforcers, you two, plus the Crawdon, are dragged to the nearest medical center.
Bling, bling, bling. Oh, wait. Bling, 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 bling. There we go.
The plot device center. No, actually. If you'll recall... Oh, wait, no. I get what you're referencing. Kind of, yes. Right.
Oh.
You will be healed 2 HP and freed of your paralysis. Ralph, you will also be freed of your paralysis. And
Awesome.
they will look you over. You apparently are fine. Somehow. Which they find miraculous. The Crawdaunt, however, is effectively strapped to a bed so that they rest.
Didn't Ralph take 1 damage
Yeah.
because of the clash?
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah. I have like a little bruise. But...
Yeah, Ralph is fine. You're given like a band-aid for like your tummy where you got scratched. you're given a band-aid, like a kiss on the boo-boo by an Audino, and given an oranberry. Actually, no, you're given oranberry juice. You know, like at a blood drive.
Okay.
It's like, you're gonna be fine.
Effectively put the Crawdaunt in ICU.
Pretty much, for the moment, but Pokemon are durable. Mostly.
Yeah.
They may or may not...
Several freaking skull fractures, several, at least 2nd-degree burns, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a good thing they couldn't be crit. Because, not looking too hot. That said, when Ryder and Ralph are cleared to go, you are able to see that there are other patients in this medical center as well. Should you attempt to go and look in on the Crawdaunt, you will see that since they are in the long-term patient section, there are also several shaman there, gathered around a bed where another shaman is currently resting.
Well, he's gonna have a really long time to think about his life. Anyway, I guess, you want to keep going, or what?
Ralph, I must ask you. You stopped me from ending him. Though you say there are some deserving. Would you be willing to put an end to them yourself? Could you actually do such a thing?
Alright, so I was addressed. Alright, so Ralph looks, really serious for a moment. Really thinking. Wow. There was a time where, someone else was going to go do it. They didn't say it specifically, but, you know, I figured it out, because, you know, I'm smart. But anyway, they were talked down. Someone else talked them down. Yeah, Pingoro talked them down. And they ended up not going. And I was ready to go with them and do it. And he looks, he's kind of looking down. This Pokemon, though, I don't think there's any good left in him. And yeah, I believe I would. I look right in the eye. I believe he would be, have you ever heard the term KOS? Yeah.
I don't believe so.
It means kill on sight. He did something that heinous.
I see. Shall we encounter them? Tell me of this person, and I shall assist in achieving justice.
Ralph nods. So I didn't set mine on loop, But so my music just is randomly on something extraordinarily appropriate. It's like a heartbeat with like intense music,
Oh, I know which one you're on.
like suspenseful.
That's
Yep.
meant for certain situations.
Oh, void of the void, because I
Yes.
didn't set mine on loop, so it's just been going down the.
Yeah, I keep trying to suggest good ones, but I mean, given how serious the conversation is, that's a very good one.
Maybe it's the one thing you shouldn't blank on. I know, but it's been a little bit blank or block out. It's hard to tell with Tucker. No, Tucker's trying to recover with the whole Mayena thing still, but yeah. Also, I swear, didn't Ralph actually be the one responsible to end a particular Pokemon? I want to say, they ended, fucking Ghost Lady. I forgot. What do I forget for Miss Magius's name until I think about it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yes.
I think he did Killing Blow effectively. I mean, if you
Yeah.
say Killing Blow about a ghost, but
Yeah,
But Ralph dealt the final blow.
yeah.
yeah, essentially. Ralph does recognize that sometimes in this world, that is the answer.
Yeah.
As you two are conversing, Magnezone hovers up to you.
We would like your report, civilians. What occurred to cause such damage to the three?
We had a disagreement.
A disagreement rarely evolves into a conflict that nearly kills one individual and paralyzes two others.
This so happens to be that rare instance.
Go ahead and give me a.
They aren't lying.
They aren't lying, but I still want a just just a flat logic contest perform for me, please.
Hmm?
And you,
Their cyclopean eye turns to Ralph.
what explanation do you have to offer?
No, it was kind of just a routine mugging, and and that we tried to defend ourselves in the scuffle, and it was a rough fight, big city life and all that.
Routine, you say. And yet, how did the both of you become paralyzed? And does it have to do with this device?
And a Magnemite hovers over and is holding your taser, Ralph.
Well, Ralph,
That's
it's your taser.
Technically, a taser is a self-defense item.
True, but it's not common for this
No,
world.
this is very unusual.
Yeah.
This device.
The Magnezone does not know what it is.
Did they also confiscate the butter knife?
They specifically confiscated the butter knife, as well as the orb.
I thought the Magnezone could accidentally confiscate the butter knife just because it magnetizes to them.
So that's that was a gift.
The Magnezone stares at you, waiting for you to elaborate.
It's totally harmless. You can choke yourself.
Harmless.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't feel a thing.
Is that because we are electric typed?
Damn, they're not as stupid as the
Oh no,
Wobbuffet.
they tested out immediately.
Say that we
I'm gonna
believe-
sigh. This was like, okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna try to lie to the law. It's a weapon. It's for self-defense. Do I need a permit or something?
No. Normally, we would ask a permit of a normal civilian to carry such weaponry. However, as
I mean, I'm a member
pioneers-
of the Pioneer Guild.
Correct. As members of the Pioneers, you have special dispensation to use such items. However, even should we believe you, the state of the third party is more pressing. Whatever arguments you may get into, beating them nearly to death is unacceptable behavior, even for a pioneer or a gladiator. Is that understood?
Understood.
We will return your equipment to you forthwith. Except the butter knife. Clearly, that belongs to a nearby establishment. It smells of butter. It does not smell of butter. However, if there was a reason for this conflict, we expect you to come forward. You may be surprised to find that we are a cooperative organization.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and think to Ryder, because he's got the. Can he do the mind reading?
I don't think Wright has ever done mind reading before.
Logical question: is there a reason to lie to the police or not tell them what's going on? I guess because Ryder was keeping it secret.
Yeah. I was
Vigilante.
That's what I was. That's what I was gonna ask her mentally. Like, hey, do we tell them like
See-
the Batman
See,
thing
we're
we're
thinking the
doing?
same thing, I guess.
My dilemma is, on the one hand, oh, it'd be great to have the police assisting us in this. Like, it'd make it so much easier. But at the same time, it's like, oh, if they help, I can't kill the guy.
I'm also just like, my God, I'm glad Tucker wasn't involved in all this. But also, if Ryder is going to sully Team Cheer's name, that's kind of bad for everyone.
We become Team Fear.
Team Fear? No, that's not the objective.
You're either defeated as Team Cheer or live long enough to
Gonna have to
become
wear a
Team
mask when
Fear.
you do this kind
I
of
mean, at least
stuff.
do it the way Brooke did, where somehow he got away with all the murders.
Just be Brooke. Get away with the
They
murder.
weren't intended murders.
They weren't. No, I guess that's the difference, right?
Okay, well, maybe one or two of them was, but for good reason.
Mhm.
And also survival. Survival is generally considered a good reason, and one was a mercy killing.
Yeah. They're both, like, logical reasons. Of
I do
course,
not have
Ryder has
anything I
logic.
have to share at this moment.
Oh.
Understood. Be like, fucking don't get caught. To be fair, that one can officially be called survival.
If I knew the session number, I would have put session number dash session number, because they were only in one session. Like, rip lamp, never forget session, 65 dash 65 session 65 dash session 65 or whichever session it was.
Well, your equipment is returned because they apparently had also confiscated Ralph's metal box, even though they apparently did not open it. The tooth spear. They briefly confiscated the herbal bundle, but it was on your person when you got freed, so it was given back, I guess. They may have thought it was drugs.
I mean, it is kind of just not.
Well, yeah.
Illegal.
Also, your shield and, of course, your taser. Ryder, they only took the orb because you didn't really have anything else worth taking besides the butter knife.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye, butter knife. You will be missed.
Yeah, just everything else was not necessary for them to confiscate because it wasn't a weapon, potentially.
Even the orb is question mark of weapon.
Oh, they're fairly certain that the orb was used to bludgeon the Crawdon. But...
Fair.
Yeah,
They know what the bludgeoning weapon was. I was curious.
Well, looking between me and Ralph, it could have been either of us who used it. Ralph with pure strength or me with psychic ability.
It could have been the orb or the box. They told them it, so they took both. Seeing as the box wasn't dented and the orb wasn't dented, they can only make conjecture.
Yeah. Peel fucking chunks of Crawdon off the end.
Well, Team R&R got a minor lead on their objective, but quite a bit of
we lost
quite a bit of
good
trouble.
time.
Yeah.
Anywho, I suppose we'll try to move quickly and.
Did Ralph have anything to note when they saw the shaman? Because I mean, Ralph's completely familiar with the objective. I think Ryder has not seen the shaman, but
Ryder has no connection to the shaman at all.
yeah. Main party objective.
Yeah. Do I note that it is the same one? Can I tell that it's the same one? I guess there's only so many shaman.
That's what I was curious about, because that might be useful information to the rest of the team, something you might store if it is there.
Well, it is the shaman.
Okay.
Alright.
And you would know this because they still look the exact same as when you left them.
Mm-hmm.
No improvement.
Alright, well, I will note that.
Like, they are hollow. Like, they are functional, but they are hollow.
Empty. Yeah.
I'll take a note of that. But I won't relay that to Ryder just yet, because I feel like, because Ralph feels like we don't want to put too much on our mind at once. Plus, this might be time sensitive.
Fair. Also, there's a whole aspect that this technically used to be a terrorist shaman, so Ryder's justice opinions might be a little problematic.
Yeah, Ryder knows about the shaman, just not anything other than, oh yeah, you guys wanted to help a shaman, because Tucker kept speaking about it.
Oh, yeah. Ryder doesn't have any idea that shaman did misdeeds.
Mm.
That's an interesting thought. I just realized.
So, I would be interested if Ryder found that out, trying to mark them, because that would be fun. I know exactly what would happen if that occurred.
I'm just amazed through this session and some other sessions too. Ryder's done some stuff that Tucker would consider heinous, but Tucker hasn't been around, so it hasn't been relevant. But it's gonna be at some point.
It's gonna be relevant. It's just waiting.
Oh gosh. Oh man, for Tucker, it would be amazing if some Tucker caught wind of Ralph's full intention of burying like KOS the mighty Hannah.
That would make Tucker have mixed feelings, but he would feel differently on that than compared to like Ryder's attempted murder.
Yeah.
Like he would feel differently because he would personally understand like kind of where Ralph's coming from on that one. And, he wouldn't understand Ryder's position though. No.
Yeah. On yeah. Oh my gosh. The mighty Hannah is somewhat lucky that that Riley's not part of the team anymore, because that would be 3 out of 5 members that have him marked as KOS. So if he appeared in a random encounter, he probably wouldn't finish his speech before the 3 of us were sprinting at
everyone jumping.
I mean, even I'm assuming Brooke's not part of that 3, so I don't even know what Brooke would do in that like situation.
No, Brooke is.
Yeah.
I thought you were counting Ryder, because Ryder would probably be just like, yeah, sure.
That's 4 out of the 5 party.
Yeah, I was going to say that's 4.
Oh, shit.
I was going to point that out. It's 4 at that point then.
4.
So, given the time, do you all want to stop now? Or do we want to go a little further?
Oh, I really kind of want to push a little further if everyone else is up for it.
Okay.
I know Brooke wants to have this conclude with a little bit of an arena meetup, just to get things set up well between sessions. So I'm just going to say that.
Okay. So,
probably a good stream outro for that.
Yes. I think we will leave Ralph and Ryder at the medical center for the moment. That way you guys can leave next session and it will be a good point, like jump off point.
It's fair. It's a good stopping point for their little adventure. Pause point.
For now.
Pause point, I should say.
I didn't expect a reconnaissance mission to turn into a near murder.
Starting to get that. That's
it's right
a possibility. Yeah.
I mean, that should be expected.
Yes, I should have expected it. I just forgot. I forgot how unhinged they
Ryder
are.
sees in logical extremes. Either you're for or against kind of attitude, I think.
Yes. However, we will move over to Tucker, Riley, Lizard, and Liar.
As a little recap, Tucker's hanging out with them simply because Tucker completed his key deliveries, so at this point, he's just vibing for the rest of the day.
Yep. Where is it? Where's that song we were going to use before?
Describe. I don't remember.
53.
Okay.
Because arena music.
Oh, you mean the chill one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Clubs resolve. In any case, as I catch my breath after having to do the Magnazone voice, the 4 of you make it to the arena, having walked down the beach and even past Hotel Alomo along the way, receiving even a cursory wave from Krogunk, since they're outside trying to put up some form of decoration for something or other. Which, of course, Riley ignores, even though Lizard waves back. It's a fairly pleasant day out. It's not too terribly hot, and even if it were, the ocean breeze is helping keep things cool at the moment. But you make it to the arena, and it is crowded, to put it lightly. A lot of Pokemon that seem to be wearing some sort of insignia of some sort on their person. Many of them seem to be talking to each other or sizing each other up, either just outside the gladiatorial arena or heading in or out.
Tucker makes note of this and just kind of looks over to Lyre to make sure Lyre doesn't get lost in the crowd. Realizing they are kind of probably new to this environment, as they are new to many things.
Lyre seems, as has been usual for them, they've sort of been in awe of a lot of things. But this crowd has them slightly nervous. They hover closer to the group than they were before on the beach.
That's fair. Best to do in crowds. I'm trying to remember. Did Tucker officially... I couldn't remember. I spent the whole stream trying to remember. Did Tucker officially count as one of the champions? He did have to duck mid-match, so I don't know if that disqualified him. I can't remember. Because there was, there was lizard drama.
I don't remember.
I don't remember if he counts as a champion
I don't know that you necessarily do, because I don't remember... Because I think that was the last match.
Yeah, that's why I was like... Because Tucker prioritized that, figured out what happened to Lizard over...
I can't remember if Tucker
Fame.
does because they were part of the team and just weren't able to be in the last match, or if they don't because they weren't in the last match.
I feel like it was the former, where since the team won, he counts, but maybe not as proudly, I suppose, but... What happened to Lizard? You don't remember? That was during the kidnapping.
Yes. For those who don't remember, Lizard was kidnapped way back when, and the team sort of rushed to go save them.
Yeah, it happened during, the kidnapping happened during the arena matches, so Tucker ducked out of joining the matches to try to figure out what was going on, basically.
Back when Lizard was small and abductable. This is
Yeah,
correct.
exactly.
The noise of conversation becomes more dense as you enter into the arena building. And yeah, there are lines going up to the front desk where the Mian Xiao and the champ are at the moment, currently getting everything paperwork done as much as they can. Lyre, knowing absolutely nothing, out of curiosity, prances up to the front desk, and immediately someone yells at them for trying to cut in line, which causes them to back off, startled.
Tucker will kind of just kindly nudge them back to the group. That's a line. You have to stand in the very back, or you can't talk to the person in the front.
Lyre nods like they kind of understand, but, they cast a worried glance at Riley, who is currently being held back by Lizard from beating the face of the offending Pokemon.
Tucker kind of looks around. In fact, he was literally just vibing to the point where he doesn't really know what Riley wanted to do, assumingly training here or something like that. But Tucker just looks around to see if there's any familiar faces, since they have been here before, and this might not be the only... He rightfully assumes that Brooke might be here, actually, even though he doesn't know where Brooke went today. Or did Brooke mention going to the arena?
I don't remember.
Okay, but Brooke does like to train, so seeing him here wouldn't be super surprising. Also, there's the whole boyfriend crush thing that Tucker knows about.
Okay, no.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding, I had to tease.
As much as I love to tease... it, that's not technically a thing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's not a thing in canon as much as I may want it to be.
But no, the legit reason is that Brooke really is a very training focused, and he would possibly be here, so.
How dare you tease me back, Kyrio? That's not fair.
That's not canon yet. We'll see, I'll just have to hold my tongue till it is.
Anyway. Well, there is the fact that Brooke was interested in the fight with Deadeye.
Mhm.
That is canon.
Yeah. So Tucker finds Deadeye interesting too. It's a while since they were around each other, but
So, legitimate question is, I know Brooke was heading into the arena building to try and find someone. Like, they were either looking for Jocelyn, or they were looking for Deadeye, or they were looking for both.
Kyrio was last told that Jocelyn is actively here at the time, so I imagine, or Brooke was told that, so I imagine Brooke would be curious about Jocelyn now. But we'll see.
Kind of looking for Jocelyn, kind of not looking for Deadeye. Okay.
Right.
So, actively looking for Jocelyn, and if Deadeye is there, cool. So, Tucker, you don't immediately see anyone that you recognize, aside from the arena owners. You are free to do an insight survival alert.
Sure. Tucker has a disadvantage in crowds, honestly. His line of sight is the best in this situation.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even Odor Sleuth would not be very helpful here.
No, there's too many spells. Way too many Pokemon. Three. Oh, shit.
Oh,
yeah,
see?
I was kind of reading that last statement that way, but I wasn't sure. Basically,
I see.
not completely what I interacted with Deadeye. To be fair, it's hard to figure out the vibe of Deadeye. I don't think anybody here knows their vibe with Deadeye right now.
Gosh, I'm gonna have to do his voice again, and it's been ages.
Deadeye is mysterious, so figuring out their vibe is weird.
That's part of the point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Tucker doesn't necessarily see anyone that they know. Alas,
That's fair.
there really isn't anyone around at the moment, because where Brooke has gone is not in this immediate vicinity.
Okay. In that case, Tucker will turn towards Riley, who hopefully has lowered their aggression a bit, or if not, just distract them too. So, what'd you want to come to the arena for?
Well, I was hoping to train. But looking at how crowded it is... Tourists.
Tucker kind of nods.
Yeah, I don't remember it ever being this busy before. I wonder what's up.
Well, maybe Lyre had the right idea. We could probably go ask. But the lines look kind of long. Lizard suggests, looking at the lines, and their shoulders sag a little bit, realizing it could take hours. Why don't we just explore a little? I'm sure it's fine. Not like anyone can stop us anyway.
Well, it's better than standing in line for hours.
Tucker kind of just casually agrees.
Maybe somewhere a little less crowded.
Let's see here.
Well, you do have the option of going down either of the two side hallways. The ones that not only lead to the stands, but also to the various locker rooms, and even the one, and even eventually to the side path that would lead to the waterside arena.
Tucker is not entirely sure if they're allowed to just explore the arena, but at the same time, no, it's busy enough that nobody will probably care.
Not like anyone can currently stop you.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Let's see. Are there any signs to make it obvious where places go? Or is
There
it
are.
actually...
There,
okay.
there are plaques with markers telling you what is where.
In that case... What are the locations? What are the different locations again? Like, that are immediately available from the main lobby?
You wouldn't be able to get out into the arena proper, like the central one, but there's the two side hallways that just go around in the circle that lead either to the audience stands or to any number of locker rooms or basically preparation areas. And there's also the path to the shoreside arena for the water fights.
Ah, okay. Well, Tucker will head to... Tucker will actually ask where Riley wants to go, and then suggest that he could bring Lyre along with him so that Riley could focus on training, and he could just chill with Lyre. Probably going to go to the seaside arena area, because that sounds kind of pleasant. Tucker's not interested necessarily in fighting, but he might be interested to watch what other people are training and fighting.
Fine, but only so long as you stay out of trouble. And then Riley ruffles both Lyre and Tucker's fluff.
Eliciting a wriggle out of the Puccina.
Yeah, we'll stay out of trouble. I mean, that's the idea. Hopefully, at least.
Come on, Lizard. Let's see if we can find somewhere to train. Maybe we can practice on some of these dummies. It's hard to tell if it's a joke, given the way that they grin, looking at the masses of new gladiators. Lizard gives them a bit of a look and starts to sort of walk off with them down one of the side halls, hopefully to find somewhere they can actually do some training. Team Cheer's the best at staying out of trouble.
Tucker lampshades it. That factoid. But also, it's just way too crowded to stay in a large group anyways, so let's split up. So yeah, Tucker will head to the seaside little arena area, which sounds both pleasant and interesting. Let's split up, gang.
It's fine. It's a split of two technically NPCs that mean I don't need to play them at the moment.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly a meta decision, but I knew it made it easier on you too. So,
well, I appreciate it, even if it wasn't intentional.
It was half intentional.
It also helps that Tucker is going with Lyre, because if Lyre was on their own, they probably wouldn't want to do much with the way of training and or violence.
There is a distinct concern that Tucker has that if Lyre is on their own, they're just going to lose Lyre in the city.
Oh no, that's a very real problem.
But also,
That-
Tucker kind of feels... Tucker was there with Brooke, rescuing Lyre from the beginning, so Tucker feels a sort of a responsibility / protectiveness towards Lyre, actually. So
Tucker's instincts on that are correct. Lyre would totally get lost in the city, and you probably would not find them for days. At best.
I don't actually remember where Brooke went, if he went anywhere. I think it might be
They
the,
come back
the
with
same
a
arena.
tattoo and a leather check. And they're still as innocent and sweet as can be.
No, even worse. They come back with a tattoo and a suit, and they say that. So these Wobbuffet recruited me or something. I'm doing a job now.
Oh no!
And they just don't know what they're doing. They just told me to deliver this thing. It's easy. I don't know what it is though. They said not to open it.
In any case, Tucker and Lyre make their way to the seaside arena. Unlike the main arena, this one is not as compartmentalized. It's kind of hard to do that. The best that the owners and staff have been able to set up are several rows of nets to help divide the shore and sea line into sections. At least that way they could have multiple matches going at once. Kind of.
I recall you saying during last session that the arena got remodeled, right? Restructured somewhat.
Yes.
So Tucker's also just kind of like learning the new layout. Not that he was super duper familiar with the previous one, but it's definitely different, and he can definitely tell that.
It's not super different, at least for a lot of the main structure, but the arenas themselves got a bit of actual remodeling done.
Yeah.
But Tucker will be able to spot a certain Croconaw that he is familiar with. Or maybe? Because there's two of them. They're currently standing down by the shore, one of them at least ankle deep in the water, and the other a bit further up on the shore talking with them. Because maybe talking with them? It's a bit of a distance.
Tucker remarks to Lyre, not that Lyre would understand necessarily, but Tucker remarks,
Oh, I think that's Brooke over there. Is that Jocelyn, I think?
not that Lyre would be able to answer that question, but nonetheless, he says it. Tucker elects to weave their way over to the beach and check. It can be a little hard to tell a crocodile apart from a distance, I suppose.
For Brooke, you were able to spend some time looking for Jocelyn, and just as predicted and suggested, they were here, at the Shoreside Arena. They're a larger Croconaw now than you remember. But they've still got their big underbite, and it looks as though they're coaching some other water types, at least when you walk up to them. They're big.
Were they big for a crocodile before, too? Ah, interesting. I actually was looking for the old model to see if I could maybe remember by just pulling the model out, but I don't think we have one for them.
We may have just stolen their model and used it for Brooke.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, actually.
Also, it was an old model, so we may have needed to get rid of it.
True. This is definitely the update model because of the run cycle that you pick up. So, that was an old one that Jocelyn had, yeah. Oop. We had the same idea at the same moment. There you go. Triple the bricks, triple the fun. Triple? I don't think Jocelyn is 2 Brooks size, but we'll see. Peek.
Hang
There were 3 Brooks for one. Oh, that's true. Because I spawned one accidentally.
There we go. I don't want them too much bigger, but they are
Fair.
bigger.
Look how they're vibing. A little idle animation.
Brooke is also big. Justin actually looks slightly hunched over, kind of like they're halfway to becoming a fur alligator if by posture alone.
Huh. I've already thought of a session title for this session. Since there were many Wobbuffets and attempted murder, I'm going to call it a Wobbuffet Pain.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wonderful.
I have trouble with session titles. Like, why'd I thought of that like immediately?
Would you like me to say the line, Kyrio? When Brooke spots Jocelyn, he loudly shouts, "Jocelyn!" and take his hand in a grip like that one meme with the muscly arms. Yes, the manly men's fighter grip. What's that? And who might you be? And of course, they don't care who you are. They still return like the muscly grip and like put their strength into it because muscly men. You sound somewhat familiar. Have I fought you before? Jocelyn voice so easy.
It's not an easier one for you. It's a good voice.
I also love the Jocelyn voice. It's easy.
I say your voices are actually just amazing.
Jocelyn is like the only previous arena champion people that was not a dick or otherwise enigmatic. Because Deadeye is a little hard to read, but Jocelyn's just nice. He likes to fight and he's a bro. I could see Jocelyn as a pleasant orc. You know, that voice actually would work perfectly for something like that. And pleasant orc is exactly the vibe I think of, too. Yeah.
So what I do for his voice, since I know he has an underbite, I try to talk as if I would have one. So I just stick my jaw forward and speak with that.
That works. Can dramatically change your voice without really having to struggle with an accent. Yeah, that's one way to do it. You put so much effort into voice acting. I really appreciate that.
I try. I want to make him good. And I agree. It is kind of orky, even if that wasn't my intention.
Good night, Reese.
Because back when I first made Jocelyn, I was not as familiar with things like Warhammer 40k or, you know, the stereotype of orcs. Brooke grins and says, "Name's Brooke. You haven't fought yet, but I wouldn't mind trying. We met once a couple months ago when I was still a little Totodile. I'm glad you're still here. I was worried when they said most of the old champions left. I subtly test his grip strength with a handshake. Go ahead and roll strength. I'm sure I have to have the champion list here somewhere.
It's not too bad.
Is it? Oh
okay.
man, I need to update their list. This list is so out of date. He is, however, still wearing the whole Greek toga outfits.
Nice.
Jeebus. This isn't unfair. Brooke's not a strength build. That's fine. That's fine. Jocelyn is kind of an all-rounder.
Even Steven.
Fairly even.
If it's another round, oh fair, your priorities.
You say that. You say that. You might also be right.
Well, we did already. If I recall correctly, he liked to frequent that restaurant, right? I think that's how Brooke knew about it. That underwater one or whatever. Or I can't quite
yeah,
remember.
I believe that's how Brooke learned about it, or they like saw it and went there and saw Jocelyn.
Yeah, basically, Jocelyn was proven to be a big eater. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember you. They released their grip. They weren't trying to be too serious about it. It was supposed to be friendly.
Traveling Brooke, it's nice to see you again. And it looks like you've grown a little. I've grown a little more, as you can see.
They sort of hold their arms out and flex a bit, grinning their toothy grin. Brooke nods. I sure can. Gotta say, I'm a little jealous.
Well, there's no need to be jealous, my gladiatorial friend. It's just a matter of training. Besides, size isn't everything. I learned that one from Deadeye.
Seems very pleased with himself, knowing that.
Now why might you be here? Last I heard, you went back to the Pioneers. No, not before you saved the whole city or something like that. Not that we champions didn't do some work too.
Something like that. Brooke waves it off. Yeah, I'm still a pioneer. Just visiting, really. Looking for some sport to pass the time. The city's a little stuffy for my taste, but I always love the energy here. Jocelyn nods sagely. Or at least as sagely as Jocelyn can.
I completely understand. Besides, out here in the water arena, as they so imaginatively call it, it's a lot more freeing. Besides, fewer tourists, or at least there were. For now, I get to act as an instructor to all the new amphibious gladiators. It makes me feel a bit more important, you know?
And it's after this next Brooke line that Tucker will probably arrive. Instructor, eh? Wonder if I should stick around for a lesson or two.
Why, feel free. You might learn a move or two. Brush off some of that gladiatorial dust.
Jocelyn looks over their shoulder.
All right, everyone. Take 10. You need to make sure you don't cramp in the water. So if you eat something, stay out for 45 minutes. Safety first, after all.
Gasp, Jocelyn has a brain.
I never took him as stupid. I always just took him as, liking to focus on the strong and the fight. But, yeah.
And yes. Whenever Tucker feels ready.
Of course.
He's smart about fitness, this is true.
Yeah, gotta be smart about fitness, especially if you care about fitness. Tucker, with Lyre in tow, will kind of casually approach as the two crocodiles are having a conversation, and size them up a little bit first, noting indeed that Jocelyn is definitely Jocelyn, given that Brooke is not that big. So he can't tell them apart, obviously. Also, peril and stuff, as he gets closer, it's easier to tell. That is indeed Brooke wearing, badges and such. Actually, also seeing that he's wearing a new badge, I believe. Given that he is the one currently in possession of the arena badge. So, Tucker will call out,
Hey, Brooke and Jocelyn, right?
it is worth knowing that Tucker will kind of literally size up Jocelyn a little bit more, given that he is plump, and Tucker likes fats a little bit. It's soft, kind of just sparkly eyes for a second. Though I imagine he's a bit like a Bowser sort of build, kind of muscle, very much muscle gut.
Yes. I will not deny this claim. Oh, hey Tuck. Lyre's here too, huh? Brooke says. Jocelyn, this is Tucker, part of my Pioneer team. Also a fellow champion of the team tournament.
Tucker sort of interjects for a second with a blush.
No, thank you. Though I wasn't available for the last round.
I vaguely recall hearing that something happened to a friend of yours.
Oh, yes.
I remember now. That Glide and Jezebel did something incredibly stupid. Well, we're luckily rid of them now. I didn't mind them terribly much, a bit full of themselves. But the new folk about happen to be much better compatriots, I say.
As I turned him slightly British without meaning to.
Tucker folds his ears at the mention of Jezebel and Glide, though he looks significantly relieved to hear they're no longer part of the arena.
Yeah. Lizard was in trouble thanks to them. Actually, Lizard's here too, and Riley. They came to train. I just came along. Oh, and this is Liar.
Tucker kind of remembers to actually introduce the deer. You're gonna get a good look at each other.
Yep. I'm letting Brooke type before I do a thing.
Oh, that's completely fair. Though Tucker will also just add to. Speaking of Brooke, Tucker will also add.
Oh, and Brooke, I handed out all the keys.
Hey, he looks a little bit proud of himself, like he completed a good boy task. Quick, tell Riley he will see if he will absolutely ruin Glide's day. Does anybody know where Glide is at this point? I mean, they're no longer champions, so. I wouldn't be surprised if their little stunt was part of the reason. Also, yeah, the restaurant was cool, by the way. I like that there's a little underwater community in Sea Spray, too. The kind of the sub-level of Sea Spray, I suppose. Lol pun. And there is a line.
Good riddance. They're busybodies. The champions should focus more on themselves than what anyone else is doing. Brooke huffs. He gives Tucker a pat. Great to hear. Hopefully no one gets locked out now.
I'm sure they won't. So when I gave the right person the right key. I think I did. Yeah.
Well, as Tucker and Brooke converse, Jocelyn will approach Liar, who seems mildly intimidated by their size, though they don't back up terribly much.
Liar, is it? May I say, you are quite a fine sight to see today.
And they bend down and take one of Liar's hooves and kiss the ankle bit, kind of like if someone would kiss the back of someone's hand.
Gentlemanly.
What a gentleman. Indeed.
Perchance, would your friend be free for an evening today?
Tucker looks a little confused and then looks to Brooke.
I promise you, Brooke, nothing untoward. I was just thinking about a meal, perhaps a bit of entertainment. I hear there's a new theater in town. I need to do something besides fight all the time. Otherwise, the medics say I might get a little cracked in the head.
And he knocks on his noggin a bit, and there's a hollow coconut sound.
Tucker says,
Well, Liar's not very familiar with the area, so you'd have to be careful, but what do you think, Brooke?
Jocelyn's into femboys. Fair.
You don't know what gender liar is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, one, that.
also, I'm not actually indignant. I'm very amused.
I'm also just thinking, like, graceful deer equals femboy? I'm just like, is that the right word for it? Like,
For liar, probably, but not
to be
in
fair.
general.
To be fair, yeah.
Joking aside.
As a veteran of VR, well, I guess not veteran of VR chat, as someone who spends way too much time on it, deer is a popular choice of species for femboy.
That's true, like, furry-wise.
Right, there's a line. Brooke will look skeptical, but shrugs. Liar doesn't quite speak our language, but if you think you can keep them entertained, I don't object.
Ah, a silent partner? Well, at least one we can't necessarily speak to each other with. I don't particularly mind.
Though Tucker does interject for a second and address Liar, even though he knows that Liar can't speak, he still speak their language. He still goes,
What do you think, Liar? Do you want to hang out with Jocelyn for a little while?
Liar tilts their head as they consider this. At this point, they've realized that talking at all is kind of a futile gesture with everyone around, but they still do it to, like, express things. And it makes them feel better to try. Also, Liar isn't emaciated anymore.
yeah, we've kind of made them help. Also, I do believe Tucker could still sort of communicate with Liar. I just, like, casually realized, like, Tucker is emotionally charged and emotionally observant. A foreign language still has emotions put to it. He could probably figure out what Liar means, to some extent at least. And he also has, I don't know, has he ever done his connection ability with Liar? I wonder what that would do.
It won't translate words.
No, it wouldn't, but it would translate. It would probably make it, like, easier to tell what Liar's trying to think. But no, yeah, but yeah, Tucker is very specifically asking Liar if that's a cool Liar, though, because it's Liar's choice. And Liar does know how to nod and shake, at least, right? So.
And Liar does understand you all.
Yeah, that much has been clear to Tucker.
They have that advantage. Imlaim, Soin Ansio, Kirin Vasitsu, Johnson.
Oh,
He blinks a few times.
is that a yes?
They smile and nod their head. And then they look to Tucker and Brooke. Irumbai Sunlan Imliri Nine. Their brow furrows as they search for the word. You hotel?
Tucker lights up for a second.
Oh yeah, just come back to the hotel once you guys are done.
And then Tucker will take a moment to explain to Jocelyn where they're staying and give Liar's room number, because Liar does have a specific one. I forgot which one, but actually I don't know if the numbers were ever said.
I didn't set the numbers, I just gave you guys where you were. Liar's with Ryder. Oh no.
Then I guess Liar will have a room by themselves for tonight, probably. How this
is gonna have a surprise when they get home. You say that like Jocelyn means anything untoward.
He's a gentleman. Come on now.
Liar, on the other hand.
Liar is still a bit of an enigma due to the language barrier. Besides the fact they seem very nice.
Ryder would be skeptical of Jocelyn. Also, probably a good thing Liar does not share a language with Jocelyn because they would be awkward as heck.
I'd like to point out that Tucker is maybe not aware these two are going out on a date now. It's like, oh, you guys want to hang out? Okay, cool. Like, all right.
Well, this shouldn't spoil any of your plans with Jocelyn.
It's like a after arena stuff is where they're gonna have a date, I assume.
Thought Brooke crushed on Jocelyn. I honestly don't know if Brooke crushes on anyone.
Kyra's
not.
been
I can
really
never tell.
Kyra has been rather tactful, not ever making that completely clear.
Which honestly makes it better.
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you doing with Liar? Where is Tucker?
Yeah, Tucker does look to Brooke for, like, if Jocelyn is trustworthy enough, though. Tucker does generally like Jocelyn. He's the single one person amongst the champions that was actually not giving him a weird vibe, so. Jocelyn is very straightforward. And not in a bad way.
Oh gosh. Liar goes out with... Brooke has not shown romantic interest in anyone just yet. He doesn't have a lot of respect for Justin. Yeah, that's the thing. Brooke respects a variety of Pokemon. It is not like a crush as much as people like to fantasize about that, weirdly enough.
And much like dogs do, if their person respects somebody, the dog will respect that somebody too. So.
Yeah, just, oh gosh, imagining it now. Liar goes out with Jocelyn, has pleasant and respectful time. Not even anything like romantic happening. Just goes out and does stuff. Liar goes with Faynell. Clubbing. Just clubbing.
That combination caught me off guard. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm listing off the champions that are left.
I know, I just didn't think about it until you said it.
Liar goes to spend time with Deadeye. Awkward
movie?
silence.
That would be it.
Not even training, just awkward silence.
You don't remember Fennel. Fennel is actually one of the other personalities that is with me. But due to just trauma and stuff, I haven't been able to connect with all of them in a while. But yeah, I guess that's a good summary, Beerus, yeah? He is the most extroverted personality of every personality. Absolutely.
Well, as long as Liar comes back in one piece, he deserves a bit of freedom, I'd say. Brooke grins.
Well, let's just see how things go, shall we? Besides, you look like you could take a bite to eat. But it'll have to wait until later. For now, my attentions are for you, Brooke. However I might be able to aid you as a fellow champion.
They grin a big, toothy grin. And... oh goodness, it's almost 11. We should probably stop.
I will say a note. If they're going to do training in between sessions, at the start of that section or whatever, Tucker might get involved, because this camaraderie might encourage him to also train. Also, he has Ice Fang to show off, so she might want to do. Not any, like, not. I don't know if Tucker will actually train skills or anything. I'm just saying that he'll join in on friendly training.
That's entirely fine.
Yeah. If anybody has a suggestion what he could trade towards, I'll take it, though, maybe. But this is not really the environment to train Thunderfang, so...
I mean, it would be rude.
It
But
would be
also
rude as hell.
It would be rude, but also entirely fair.
To be fair, if he just, like, explained what he's... Can he train without Luxray at this point, though?
I would say you were at the point where you can train without Luxray.
Okay.
Especially here in the arena.
Well, how does the water arena work? Is it like everybody here is a water type, everybody uses water moves, and using an electric move would be, like, rude as hell? Or...
Nope. And some water types are part electric and or no
That's
electric
true.
moves.
That's true. It wouldn't be completely foreign to this arena anyways.
And then there's things like Quagsire that just exist.
It just exists. Quagsire has the most exists faced, honestly. Let's be real here.
The most exist ever.
Okay, yeah, then in that case, Tucker will actively train Thunderfang after explaining politely that he's going to train Thunderfang. So as not to catch them off guard.
I'll read the Brooke line, then explain.
Okay.
Because this should be the end of it for now, and we can pick up next time.
Yeah.
I'm happy to learn whatever you'd like to teach me. I did have one specific question, though, Brooke says, pulling out the diamond. Pardon me. I heard I could store a move in one of these things. Do you know anything about doing that?
A move?
They lean in and squint a bit at the gemstone.
Oh, it's one of those fancy-looking move gem things. We have a few new people that come with them. Supposed to shore up their poor move knowledge. There. But I can't blame them, they're fancy. I can try and help you, but I'm not an expert on that. For that, you'd probably want... Well, Deadeye probably knows someone. Or maybe one of the new champions would. One of them's got a coach who knows an awful lot. But I can always try.
Since it's a relevant conversation topic, technically Tucker has one too, but it already was filled with a move, and then he ate the move out of it, basically. So I'm kind of curious if that is inert, or if it can be refilled.
It can be refilled.
Okay.
Just haven't.
Okay.
On some level, I think you were saving it for special outfit. Kind of
Yeah,
like the
that is
Shell.
an option, or it could be refilled. He hasn't completely decided what to do with it, so he will listen. He will not directly involve in this conversation, but he will listen in interest to this conversation point, because, to be honest with you, I completely bloody forgot that...
One of your items is missing. The iron ring is missing. Where did it go?
Iron ring?
Yeah, did it get put in a bag?
I was looking through bags just a moment ago, but I haven't moved any items around. Iron ring. Was it a move card?
Oh, did it get accidentally deleted?
That's why it's good to have these multiple table saves in case everything like that happens. I can, What was it? Could I just recreate it? Was it pretty simple, or did it have specifics? Was it like a stat item, or?
It was just a basic, simple card.
Here, let's just copy it.
we can just remake it.
If it comes back, we'll just
remember-
delete the copy at that point.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's
Was that it?
not a huge deal. I may have accidentally deleted it while deleting something else.
If it had any extra information, I can type it back in.
Well, I was hoping for an ice beam, Brooke says. Not for my moveset. I don't need to be too fancy. He glances around and whispers. I had an idea for a weapon that needs it, though.
Oh, clever indeed. Well, if that's what you want it for, I might know a man who could help you. Not one of the new guys. Definitely not Deadeye. We'll have to go for a swim. Sometime tomorrow, perhaps. If you've the time.
Tucker is on the side interested in this conversation because he does have his little own thing he could technically work with. But upon mentioning to swim, he looks trepidatious. Nobody, of course, notices this, though, because he's kind of just silently having emotions in the background.
I think I've got some time, Brooke says with a smile. We're here for a week at least.
A week? Why, that's loads of time! We might even be able to get a match in. Excellent. As these weird new young Pokemon coming and say, poggers.
Oh no.
I still have no idea what it means, but they say it when they're excited, and it's kind of weird.
Ralph will remember that. Telepathically, even.
Though anytime any of them says it in front of Deadeye, they just kick them out of the arena, which is pretty amusing.
Brooke just looks kind of confused. I guess I'm out of touch. Sounds like a plan.
Excellent.
I don't care if it's what all the cool young kid Pokemon say. Tucker is not saying poggers. Before anybody asks.
He's great dad energy. Justin, please never say that again. Don't worry, he won't. Ugh. I feel disgusted. I need to go, I need to actually go eat dinner and unwind now.
I need to get milk.
Do we want to stop here? Brooke will attend a Jocelyn class, I guess. Okay, we will just need to remember that for next time. Jocelyn, Brooke is attending a Jocelyn class, and Tucker and Lyre are there.
Tucker will, I mean, if it involves training, Tucker will also attend, even if he's not a water type, unless he's actually not allowed to because he's not a water type. But otherwise...
So to explain how the shore arena works, it's for Pokemon that, generally speaking, can only function well as a combatant in water.
Yeah.
Which is usually fish Pokemon, even though fish Pokemon can, float according to the games, which is how Alamola Mola works. I'm just setting that aside because maybe some fish Pokemon can't, because there's implication in the show that some of them can't. So, weird Pokologic aside, land and water Pokemon can use it, and it's especially for amphibious Pokemon.
But anybody can.
If you wanted a match on the shore arena, you can.
Okay. I was gonna liken Tucker in the situation too. Have you ever watched a video of a dog at the ocean and there's seals and they go hang out and swim and are excited to be with seals? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that because seals are just the sea doggos, you know.
Yeah. Electric type moves aren't banned or restricted, but if you use one in a patch of water that a lot of Pokemon are in at the moment, and it's not an official fight, that may incur a punishment.
No, Tucker knows about conductivity. He's done enough science class, so he's not going to be using Thunderfang in the water unless it was just a one-on-one match and allowed. But yeah.
If it's collateral from a match, it's understandable, and both combatants will be made to sit aside in a timeout.
Two chin shells fighting each other.
I was having a distinct feeling that Jocelyn would be okay fighting a Thunderfang equipped Tucker. I feel like Jocelyn would enjoy that brawl.
Jocelyn's okay with whatever. He doesn't mind fighting against opponents that have advantage.
Yeah. He just likes a good brawl, like, as long as it's friendly.
He's fought Deadeye and survived.
Yeah, he's fought Deadeye. Yeah, he literally did fight Deadeye, so... says something about his character.
Yes. So, 2 experience for everyone, since we're ending up.
Okay.
And an additional 4 experience for Ralph and Ryder.
Yes.
If only because
Sweet.
technically you completed a combat.
And that's fair. They definitely did. It was an ambush combat, but a combat all the same.
Also because excellent avoiding of fighting Wobbuffets.
Oh, I just got a little bit sad, though, because I imagine what Jocelyn means by that underwater thing about the swim is probably involving that underwater community again. Which I think Tucker would find really cool, except for he needs to breathe.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's exclusively for Pokemon that can either breathe underwater or have a way to be under there and have air.
I don't think Tucker is afraid of swimming and diving, but yeah, he does need air.
Yeah. He doesn't have
Unfortunately,
a scuba outfit.
unfortunately,
Which
y'all
would be
haven't gotten,
adorable.
say, like, the blessing of Kyogre or what have you.
I'd like to
Yeah.
mention, this was the first time Synchronize has actually procced.
I was going to say, I completely forgot you even had that, because I don't think it ever mattered before this.
Mm-mm.
Also, it wouldn't be a scuba suit, it would probably be a garment called a bubble helmet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to say there's probably stuff to allow non-water-breathing Pokemon to, like, go underwater and stuff, because, I mean, in the PMD games, you literally are going through sea dungeons, and you can do that as any Pokemon, including a fire type, so... Yeah, I mean, suspension of disbelief to some degree, but, like, I kind of feel like PMD Universe might have some sort of breathing apparatus or equivalent options.
Well, given a lot of the dungeons are supposedly in, under, or near water.
Yeah. It's always a little hard, like, you're literally exploring a sea dungeon. Are you underwater? It's like you got water walls around you. It's like, I don't know what that is. What is the status of this? It's literally a sea dungeon.
I will
I
note
assume
that's-
I'm underwater.
that if you went to go and buy such a garment, it would be expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be something kind of expensive, probably hard to make. All right, did everybody stat up their experience?
Oh no.
Yes, indeed.
You did it?
2 and then an additional 4, was it? If so, I added it.
Yes, for Ralph and Ryder got an additional 4 because technically they completed a combat against a level 40 plus enemy.
So that's a total of 6 experience earned for those 2, and then 2 for the rest of us. Okay. Also, I just noticed when I was saving the table earlier, there's something actually kind of special about this table save, or rather this episode. This is one of those rare episodes. This doesn't happen very often. This is our 3rd August episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's very rare to have 3 Pokerole episodes in a month. That doesn't happen very often. So, just an interesting little note. Because when I make the table saves, I do blah, 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 month 1 for the first Pokerole of the month, blah, blah, month 2 for the second Pokerole of the month, and that's usually how it ends, and then I go to the next month and do month 1, month 2. But this is the first time in a while that I've seen a month, blah, 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 month 3, so it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, thank you for the game. That was a really fun session. I'm really glad that I could tell that Tubby and Hydra were having a great time with their their little side adventure going on, and I was absolutely happy to vibe on the side. I think it seemed like Kyrio was too. And then when we got back to us, that was nice too. We got some nice scenes out of it as well. Yeah, long episode, but we all very much enjoyed it. I guess that's why it was a long episode. And I'll put a little note. I'm gonna where should I put this? No, I'll do. I'm gonna put a little note, a little exclamation by the whole Thunderfang training, so I remember why. I'm gonna ask myself, why is there an exclamation mark? And then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right, I was trading between sessions. That way I remember. Hooray. But in any case, thank you all for joining me. This was a very nice session, especially for how low energy I was. I think this worked out perfectly how it was structured. So, Kyrio, I really hope your headache clears up and that you have a nice, reasonable temperature sleep tonight. Hydra, glad the hurricane didn't mess with you. Hope it didn't mess with anybody you know either.
Yeah. Pretty much passed without any issue.
Didn't do much. I hope it didn't.
No.
I hope it just didn't do much at all. Tubby, thank you also for joining. I'm glad you were having such a good time. And and Kara, thank you very much for once again hosting a great session with a ton of good voice acting today. Like the Wobbuffets, the Jocelyn. Honestly, these voices are just really good. I really wish I had your range, honestly, when it came to voices. I think he may have stepped away.
Sorry, I was replying to a thing.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, I'm glad I'm still capable of doing these voices, and I'm glad that everyone had fun. And I am surprised at how long we ran. I kind of expected this to be a shorter session, given we started a little bit late, but honestly,
we ended up having a nice session that evolved quite a ways.
Yes. Also, anytime we start late, it's almost always a chill session.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Though, for how low energy we were in general, this was quite well vibed. The session vibed really well, though. I guess low energy does not mean bad session.
Yeah. Besides, the two with the most energy were probably the focus.
Which worked out.
Yes, worked out.
And there's so much complex to think of. Seriously, I'm gonna have to really consider how is Tucker gonna react to these things. Dude, I mean, Ralph saw everything. Ralph could just let it slip at some point or something.
It's gonna be a whole thing. There's a lot of moving parts going on.
I will just warn everybody. It's gonna be kind of serious and dramatic, but don't worry. It's just game storyline. Characters arguing is not players arguing. That's the important thing. And then, of course, if anything ever gets too intense, we always have that too. So
I was actually honestly scared that someone would push it, and I'd have to darn, and just honor it. But I would have been so disappointed though.
I feel I know the brutality is fine. Again, the buzzer is more there when we're getting into personal emotions or something that really hits wrong for us on a real level. That's kind of the buzzer, right? And anytime anybody feels real life uncomfortable.
It could be for excessive violence or what have you. So we could end up if someone had pressed the button, we could have technically continued that scene with an extrapolation, even though I still would have been a little leery about doing that. But it's there for when things are going too far and someone needs it or wants it to stop or ease up. That way we don't run into a situation where they want to say something but it's going too fast.
Yeah. I will say, Ryder does make me uncomfortable. As a character, they do make me uncomfortable, but not in
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want you apologizing for it. What I mean by that is, they make me uncomfortable. When you're reading a book and you're actually really into the book, and you're oh, I really hate that character, but you actually love reading you love the book, you love reading the book, you love learning about the characters. You're engrossed, you're engaged, you're interested. That's what I mean by uncomfortable. Just they're making me feel an emotion because it's an interesting character is what I mean.
Yeah, it's it's a good character, but if that character and this character, then there might be conflict before they resolve the thing.
Evocative, exactly. A character doesn't have to make you feel good emotions to be a good character. That's a good character is not necessarily a nice character. That's the thing.
Correct. It's why good villains are very hateable.
Yeah.
They aren't necessarily always complex, but I know there are some people in our audience who really, really like the Mighty Yenna for how just unapologetically vile they are.
Yes, Evos, the Mighty Yenna simp. But that's exactly what I mean.
Sometimes,
it's when you're interested in a character, it's fine.
Yeah, sometimes though you can have two good guys, but you really kind of want them to not meet in the story just yet. Like sometimes, I'm reading like Warriors, and the main character is doing something good, but they're doing it outside of their code of laws in the book. And it's like, oh, I really hope they get away with it before, the clan leader catches on to what's going on.
Right, and there's just so much tension. I know, like, the other shoe will drop at some point. When Tucker comes around to how Ryder acts, this is, like, not acceptable at all to Tucker. I think everybody else on the team would have mixed feelings. Like, obviously, Ralph showed that he has limits. Ralph seems perfectly happy to even torture Pokemon, as seen today, and have fun doing it, and fuck around with people, torture them, and beat them up. But if they faint, that's like a line, right?
Yeah, like he's beaten. Because Ralph's reasoning up until that, because he wouldn't just beat the shit out of any random Pokemon, but he is like 95% sure that this Pokemon in particular has been on the other side of muggings. Like, he is about 95% sure that this Mon has essentially mugged others.
Yeah. I mean, that Crawdad was not a good person, and Tucker wouldn't be one to defend it. Even if knowing the full story, he would not defend the Crawdad whatsoever. But it's like, this is a thug. This person needs to be punished, not killed, Like, that's sort of attitude Tucker would have.
Very proud, and I'm just very happy. Like, I'm full of glee when you say, like, man, Ryder, like, makes you feel things, because, like, I specifically made them to be a foil for everyone in the party. And when it comes to Tucker, their foil is, emotion versus emotionless. So, like, hearing you very invested in it, it's just great.
The emotionlessness does put Tucker off kilter, but honestly, it's not the lack of emotions that's going to be the biggest issue between the two. It's the level of brutality that Ryder is willing to do and Tucker isn't. That's the key. That's, like, the biggest thing. Though Tucker doesn't know it yet. That's the thing that's really interesting about this whole situation, so.
I'm just waiting for it. I look forward to it. I'm not going to force it or anything.
Oh, of course not. Yeah, same here. I want it to come naturally. I'm sure it will. Like, inevitably, it kind of has to if Ryder's
There's no way it doesn't.
Yeah. Also, I've also noticed that Ryder, in that brutality, is not very careful either. So, like, it's going to slip one way or another at some point. So, Brooke is honestly someone who could easily have been a brief. Honestly, yeah, Brooke has some brutality has had a few moments of brutality too. Like, being kind of cold, kind of a little bit, emotionless as well on certain things. Like, despite that, Tucker really does appreciate Brooke, and obviously looks up to Brooke as not only a leader, but, like, probably the person he would listen to most out of anybody on the team. And the reason for that is that Brooke still has a conscience. Like, he can be very carefree, he can be very blasé, and he can very easily choose not to consider another Pokemon stuff if he doesn't want to. But despite that, Tucker does appreciate, like, Brooke's attitude. Like, he considers Brooke to be practical, I guess you could say. Pragmatic.
And on the subject of some darker and more brutal matters, I believe originally in session 0 I made it clear that the continent itself is not kind. Yeah. It's not... To put it in words,
it's the Caelid continent.
Similar to something I recently watched. It's balanced but never fair.
Yeah.
That is how nature works. It can be kind, it can be balanced, but it is never fair. Because that's just not how nature works. And that, like, the more brutal side of things is a part of reality, and that's why part of the setting is the establishment that, yes, sentient Pokemon do occasionally, if I'm going to be polite about it, kill and eat each other if it's necessary, or sometimes when it's not. But, like, the societal norm is that happens, and if there isn't a good reason for it, then the offender may very well suffer consequence for that still. Especially if, like, there's any number of variables,
Yeah.
but it's not like a hard law because Pokemon understand that survival is above everything else.
Kyrio said about Brooke that he did have to develop a conscience, but it happened early on. Incidentally, that's about around the time that Tucker started to actually like properly bond with Brooke too. When he did, weird thing though, yeah, Brooke had to develop a bit more conscience. Meanwhile, Tucker's had to accept some brutality. Like there have been situations where he has realized, oh, my attitude of let's not fight, guys, is just not a good attitude. Like sometimes this needs to happen. Like sometimes, sometimes some brutal stuff has to happen to it, because otherwise the brutality will just happen elsewhere. So it's like it's kind of been a hard lesson for Tucker as well, this continent, like those lessons of like survival of the fittest and stuff, which he's starting to get now. He still has limits though. He definitely has limits. He's willing to stretch them sometimes. For instance, a good example of that would be like the mercy killing of Miss Magius, or indeed the infected deerling are a good example of that too.
There is another timeline, another universe, another story where Team Cheer turned out very different.
Yeah, I could see a lot of ways that could be different.
I can very easily imagine one where you aren't part of the organizations, a pioneer or what have you, and maybe you all became pirates or bandits or just
pirate.
The
where we became Team Sneer.
Or the main force behind a mystery dungeon that happens to exist that you've made your lair. These are all things that could have happened. Could I necessarily have pulled it off particularly well way back when we started? Maybe not, but I would have figured it out.
I see your point, though. I kind of feel like the Pioneering Club gave us a lot of guidance that kind of prevented some of those outcomes. Honestly. Like, it was kind of good that we got some structure, to put it very simply. I think we all needed it to turn out in the way that we have. Character-wise, I mean. But yeah, I hope everybody. I'm gonna head out at this point though. It's getting real late, so
yes, I go to bed.
You all sleep, heal up, eat food. I'm gonna do a little bit of all that too, probably in a little bit as soon as I outro. But thank you everyone for coming. This was a really great session. I hope everybody... I mean, I guess I know it's a really great session because I already figured out the session title midway through. That indicates to me that this session had a strong identity, because I noticed the easiest session titles are the ones for the episodes where like something really strong happened, And those session titles I have trouble with are the ones where they're a little bit more meandering, I guess you could say. So yeah, I will see you all for Pokerole. When is Pokerole next? Pokerole will next be on September 13th. How lucky. We'll see how that goes. So I will see you guys for that in 2 weeks, of course, as usual. And more streams to come in the meantime. Next stream's Friday, so keep an eye out for that, please. If you want to help hang out, help get views up and stuff like that, it should be a good time. But in the case, good night, everyone. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.
Good night.
Good night.